Have you ever read the White Van Man column in The Sun, Karl?
I've seen it.
Are you familiar with this? This is where every day in The Sun they interview a guy who drives a white van, just, in order to get the kind of voice of the man on the street in the paper. And he has to answer, or just give his opinions, really, on events that have made the news each week. There have been huge rises in street crime, especially muggings and carjackings. What's your view there?
More youth clubs are needed, aren't there?
You think more youth clubs?
I like that.
No? Okay.
No, I like that because it's so 1950s.
Yeah,
it's sort of like you want a bobby on the beat that'll clip you around the ear.
So once they've come out of national service...
Yeah. No, I love that. And if you find someone smoking a wood bomb, you make them smoke 50.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, this is great. That is great.
Did you used to go to youth clubs?
Yeah.
And they kept you out of trouble?
You used to get into a fight afterwards when you came out.
But for the sort of hour and a half you were there?
You had a bit of pool and some boxing and a bit of pop.
Yeah.
So more youth clubs, that's good.
I love him. I love him. If you're at home, just make notes, because this is brilliant stuff. Honestly, you won't hear more honest, from the heart stuff than this. This is great. Go on.
This is not pre-planned. These are your direct responses now.
I promise you, Karl did not know what we were going to do. He never knows what we're going to do, and he always answers honestly. That is the beauty of Karl. It's not an act.
What is your view, Karl, on New York's former mayor becoming Sir Rudy Giuliani? Sir Rudy Giuliani.
Is he happy with it?
He appears to be pleased with it.
Let it go ahead.
Fair enough. Okay.
Go ahead. Oh, he's genius.
Okay.
Is he happy with it? He's like your nan.
Yeah. What do you make of a cat that's been cloned in a secret 2.5 million research project?
To find out what?
If they can clone cats, yeah.
Have they had to hurt it?
Sorry?
Have they had to sort of hurt it to do that?
Have they had to hurt it?
Yeah, or is it just scraping its tongue for some stuff?
I think the cat's fine. The point is that they're cloning another creature, which is potentially very dangerous. Have you seen that film where they bring Hitler back?
That cat. What if that cat turned out to be a world dictator?
Exactly. What do you reckon of cloning generally, Karl? You concerned about it?
Well, they're cloning for organs. They just grow them for the, Do
you know what cloning means?
Yeah, it's when you, make something else that's the same, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to do any harm.
Okay. And finally...
When you on the World Council.
Yeah. Finally, what do you make of some city workers who were caught bonking in the glass lifts of the Lloyd's building?
What do I make of it?
Yeah. Is that a problem for you? Do you think that's unprofessional?
Was it the lunch break or...?
I think it was lunch break.
It was their own...
All right.
It's their own time, I think, fair enough. It only takes 45 seconds to go from the bottom to the top. Is that a problem? They moved quickly. They acted, on instinct. You think fair enough? If that's their natural instincts and they're both consenting, you think fine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, Karl.
Thanks very much, Karl.
Karl, we'll have more of Karl's world-weary opinions next time on the show.
Yeah. Now it's time for White Van Man.
White Van Man. Yes, for those that don't buy The Sun, they think it's beneath them. White Van Man is a column they have, I think, every day, actually, and they just get sort of some, Joe Public to kind of comment on the week's news. Just seems to me, that it might be interesting to get Karl's views on some of the big events.
Not because we think that Karl hasn't got a valid sort of viewpoint. No. Because Karl sees the world differently to some people, that's all, and that's what's interesting. Like an artist does, or a...
Exactly, yeah. He's very bohemian in his outlook.
Yeah.
Do you feel that you're up to scratch on this week's news?
I don't like this bit.
Do you?
No, just relax.
Why not?
It's pressure.
No, because you just have to give us your first opinions.
For your honest answer, that's all we've ever asked of you, Karl, and it's all you've ever given us. Your honest, your first from the heart view, yeah? Don't worry, just relax.
Just chill in.
Are you worried that people are listening and thinking you're an idiot?
If my girlfriend's listening now, go and have a wash or something.
Go and have a wash.
Not very nice, is it? Is it the opposite of Napoleon and Josephine? Yeah, go on. If you're going to visit me again, Josephine, for Christ's sake, wash.
Well, I'll ease you in with something fairly easy, a music-based question. Kylie Minogue versus Dido as Queen of the Brits. What's your view there?
Go and have a wash.
It doesn't really matter, does it?
It doesn't really matter.
What doesn't really matter?
With the Brits. I was watching it the other night, and I think Kylie will be a good-looking old woman. Do you ever do that? Sort of
Steve, I want to celebrate with you. Every time he opens his mouth, says something like that, I want us to open a bottle of champagne.
I know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean? It's sort of like we did that.
Yes.
No, do you ever do that, though? Look at people, and another person who springs to mind, Jenny Powell. I don't think she's that good-looking now.
Who's Jenny Powell? Is she that girl that used to be the assistant on Wheel of Fortune?
Yeah, I think she's a bit over the top for a young woman. But when she gets older, I think she'll
be a bit of a stunner. Okay. So for you, Kylie, whereas you don't feel that about Dido, is that right?
She's alright, she's normal. I prefer Kylie's sister to Kylie. She
Okay.
looks, I can imagine her being hard work to live with and
Who, Kylie?
not
Right.
doing washing up and that. And
Right, sure.
being a bit fussy.
Okay. And what do you make of taxes rising in the next budget to pay for NHS improvements?
Well, my dad went to hospital to have an operation once,
Yeah.
so I feel like it's worth paying it because I've got something.
Because people might have to go to hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it makes a change when it's someone in your family, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because you sort of realise.
Yeah, it changes as good as the rest.
And the weird thing is, if it weren't for my dad, I wouldn't be here doing this show because when he was in hospital.
Well, no, I'll stop you there.
Yeah.
To be honest, that's all you need to know.
You wouldn't be here, true, but no. But
No, because this was after I was born. So I would be here.
But for his more direct involvement was what?
Yeah, because when my mum was seeing my dad in the hospital, I got a bit bored, went for a wander, found the hospital radio station,
Yeah.
and got a gig.
Really?
So in a real sense, if it wasn't for Karl's dad, Karl wouldn't be here.
And did your dad, like, while he was listening to you, did he, like, sort of tap the nurse and go, can you get that twat off the air?
Who's put him in that?
Yeah.
Oh, go on.
Okay, what do you make of the real-life Mowgli who's surviving in a Transylvanian countryside? Apparently, I don't know much about this story.
I don't know.
You know Mowgli, he's the guy
He's
from
the
the Jungle Book.
Yeah.
The little kid that grew up with bears and animals and stuff. Apparently there's a real-life one in Transylvania.
What were the things in Gremlins?
What were the what? Like, in Gremlins they were...
Wait. Okay, this is an example. This is what your girlfriend said. Think, what were the things in Gremlins called?
I can't remember.
Just, I mean, really.
Something like that, isn't it?
No, wait. Just really think now, Karl. Just with everything with all the brain power you've ever used, think what the things in Gremlins were called.
It's not there.
There's a clue here.
Oh no.
Yeah.
They're not.
What?
Gremlins.
Yeah.
Play a record, Carl. What about the fact that the world's tallest man is living in a semi in Neasden?
It's alright, isn't it? Something that someone told me in the week is that, do you know all these tall people like this guy?
Yeah.
Which is a bit weird they've only just found him, considering he's the tallest man. I think that's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Someone told me that, do you know the guy who was in James Bond, the big bloke?
Yes.
Jaws. He's got the same illness as this bloke.
Right.
And what it is...
It's called tall.
It's something about...
You're suffering from tall.
You've got a small tumour or something just behind this part of your head.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Just sort of in the middle of your eyes.
Yeah.
And the pressure on that makes you grow really tall or something.
Yeah.
So he needs to get it sorted.
That's your advice to him.
Yeah.
Get it sorted. Well, I think we should have a white van man session.
Oh, white van
I think
man
people tune in for the white van man
Yeah,
session.
people who haven't tuned in, they don't know.
If people aren't familiar with this, The Sun runs a column every day which is asking some punter from the street their views on the week's big events, and we just thought, why not hijack that idea, but apply it to Karl Pilkington. Karl,
I've seen much news again this week.
you've not seen much news. Don't worry, I'm sure you have an opinion on it. Anyway.
Just give us it from your heart.
So Gladiator.
Okay, so, well, on the subject of Gladiator, what do you make of Russell Crowe's appalling behaviour at the BAFTAs?
This is, I heard a bit about this. This is, when he got some director or something, because...
Intellectual producer and threatened him, because they cut his bit, didn't they?
They cut a poem that he'd done during the acceptance speech.
I watched it on Sunday night. Sure. I didn't realise it wasn't live, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I quite liked the way it was to the point and didn't mess about. He went up, he said thanks.
So you're saying that he shouldn't have beaten up the director? Is that what you're basically saying?
It's a bit over the top.
You thought
I mean, if you didn't have time, if you really, I mean, what's the poem got to do with the film anyway? He was an awards.
So do you think it's ever justified to beat up a TV director if you're a major Hollywood star?
Depends what he's done, but I mean...
Right, what would he have to have done, Karl, for it to be fine for him to then beat him up?
The thing is, right, forget all the beating up. At the end of the day, it was a awards thing for a film. The poem had nothing to do with the film.
Yeah.
So go up, collect your award for that thing. And if he really, really wanted people to hear about this poem, he could have photocopied it and left it at the entrance and said, on your way out, this is a really nice poem, pick one up.
No, but the thing is, he knew it was televised, so he knew by saying that poem once, he was reaching 5 billion people. That's a lot of photocopies. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not saying it was justified.
It wasn't a poem award. If it was an award show for poems, you'd say you can't cut it out. It'd be like doing the top 40 and then going, number 1's good, but we haven't got time for it. But it's a films thing.
Okay.
And he went up and he got the award for the film. Which film was it for?
I don't know. But when I wanted to give you results, I said, let's give Karl his results. Steve went, no, we should introduce people to Karl again, just remind people what Karl's like. And he's so right. I'm so glad we did this first.
Am I right, though?
Carry on, Steve.
Okay, the next topic. What about this big debate over whether Kylie Minogue's had a bum job?
I'd have to see it.
Next.
Okay. Anyway, Karl, let's have a little quick session of White Van Man. For those that don't listen to the show regularly, The Sun, as you know, has a section called White Van Man where a member of the public gets asked their opinions on the week's big political and social hot potatoes. Karl, we just thought it would be fun if you answered some of the questions. It's not so much questions, it's just your views really on these big news stories. What do you make of Olympic ski hero Alan Baxter testing positive for drugs?
What did he do?
Well, he won a gold medal in the Olympics, and
what?
He was a skier.
Right.
And he won gold medal, and they've just tested him positive for some kind of illegal drug.
But what? I mean, if he did, why take drugs to ski?
Why?
Because all you do is balance.
But imagine it'd be amazing if you were stoned, like going down a hill.
Yeah, it's not like you have to.
It's not going to help you. Is
No,
it?
it's just
like
gravity that's doing all the work, isn't it? With skiing.
Yeah, but it's often to do with your athleticism, isn't it?
No, but it'd be like saying, and we've just found out the people on the toboggan were on crack. It's not going to help them. You sit there and you go with the flow, and you hold on.
Could I say the drugs he was taking?
That's his defence.
He probably wasn't jacking up H or dropping a few E's or getting stoned. He was probably taking more sort of performance enhancing drugs, as opposed to him just like scoring some shit around the corner from someone, getting off his tits and jumping in a toboggan. Doesn't mean that, does it?
He wasn't off his nut.
Yeah. You tested you pissed out your head.
But why doesn't he just say, don't be stupid, why would I do that? It's just not going to help me out.
But it is, isn't it? Because performance enhancing drugs do.
Wait a minute, Steve, wait a minute. Karl, right, look at this way. Okay, look at me, yeah? Have I got his attention?
Yeah, the light's glinting off your ring there.
Yeah. Okay, right, now keep concentrating. Right, some athletes, you're aware they take drugs, that's to build up muscle.
Swimmers and stuff.
Yeah, swimmers. For example, runners, yeah. Not only do they help build muscle, right, but they can actually, give them a boost performance-wise. They're sort of like steroids and all this sort of stuff, right? So that's the sort of thing we're talking about, okay?
Right. So again,
he wasn't on a bong before. What?
Why would that help you when all you've got to do is balance on skis?
Not when you're at the Olympic level.
Yeah.
There's a lot to do with your body and your legs.
It's practice, isn't it? It's like if you've skied for years, then you've got good balance after a bit.
Oh, do you know what, Karl? Do you know what? You've made a mockery of drug taking. Well done. Right, next one, Steve.
I hate this.
Okay, what about the fact that the pension crisis is going to force Britons to work into their 70s, Karl? You might have to carry on working into your 70s before you can claim a pension.
I think it's a good thing. Because you see a lot of old people who look bored.
Okay.
And I honestly think if you keep your brain busy, you'll live longer. Yeah. It's only when you actually shut down, right, that's when your body sort of dies because it doesn't feel it has a purpose. Yeah. It's like if you've got flu, keep going to work. If you have a day off, you just feel worse. You'll mope about at home. Doesn't do you any good.
What about where do you draw the line there? What if you say lose a finger? Pop into work?
Depends. If you can't concentrate because it's painful.
But what if you're a typist?
You're not going to type as many words, but you'll do more at work than you would having a day off at home.
Sure. Okay.
Right. Steve, it's time for
White Van Karl. We should definitely get some jingles. I think the show sort of lacks jingles, I think.
Yeah.
Noises. Yeah. Funny sound effects.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. What's Mr. Nosy Neighbour interested in? Hello, what's going on here? Oh, we should definitely get some pre-recorded comedy noises, Karl, for next week.
That's my job, but unfortunately I'm busy reading about Hitler. For
those that don't No, not familiar with this feature. Basically, The Sun runs a White Van Man column where it asks just people who, every men and women, their views on news stories from the week. And we decided we'd just ask Karl his opinion on some of the same issues. This week...
Not like us to rip off another idea and just use it for our own... No. No, but this time...
The White Van Man in The Sun this week is Herbie Crossman from Harrow in Middlesex.
Herbie.
And he's asked his opinion. Karl, and what's yours on pop idol Will Young admitting he is gay? Come on, Karl.
I don't understand what the big deal is, to be honest.
Okay. No.
Talking to different people about it, and they've said, it could affect the sales, girls won't like him anymore, which I think is rubbish.
Yeah, because it finished George Michael's career, didn't it?
Well, yeah, and I was thinking when I was growing up, right?
And Freddie Mercury.
I was into Kim Wilde, right?
Sure.
Now...
And her kids.
You're not going to tell me she's gay, are you?
No, but if they said, she's a leather,
yeah,
right? I wouldn't say, right, that's it, I'm taking kids in America back to the shop, I'm disgusted.
Sure.
I liked her.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm ever going to meet her and marry her and that, so what does it matter?
Yeah.
Will Young, he's a good voice, he's gay, a lot of gay people in the world.
Georgie boy was gay, I guess.
There you go.
Nothing more and nothing less. The kindest guy I ever knew.
So
Do you Bowie?
No big deal.
That's one of your favourite songs, isn't it?
Brilliant.
Killing of Georgie Parts 1 and 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you say to the fact that a judge has decided that we, the general public, have a right to know about stars' flings? Basically, this is an excuse. This is basically saying, should papers be allowed to print tittle-tattle about celebrities?
Oh, this is...
Providing it's proven true.
Oh, this is something about, isn't it, a Division 1 football or something? It's definitely had Premiership football had an affair. And it is true, but he's trying to keep privacy. And the judge said, well, it's not for us to censor the press over things that are true. Right. It's up to the general public to either boycott or not, that publication.
What do you think, Karl? What about all this, exposing, going through the, the bins of celebrities?
It's not right, is it? But
no.
People are interested in it and buy the papers to read it. Do you know what I mean? I mean, like I said to you the other week, everyone has a go at Beckham for not being that bright. But at the end of the day, he's a good footballer. It doesn't really matter what goes on off the pitch, does it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Express 2 featuring David Byrne, Lazy, XFM 104.9, 1:45. I'm Ricky Gervais. Steve's got the Sun.
Yes,
we're just going to be doing White Van Karl, where we ask Karl the questions the Sun asked some other bloke.
That's right.
Because we think Karl's got more to say than anyone on anything. Karl only tells the truth, by the way. Just remember that, listeners. Off you go.
Yes, well, today's White Van Man in the Sun is John Slade. He owns his own door maintenance company. His answers are very informative, I have to say. But, Karl, what do you make of the Channel 4 producer, aged 30, who duped a school into believing he was a teenager for a documentary? Are you familiar with this story?
No, go on.
Well, basically, a 30-year-old guy kind of fooled the school into thinking he was a pupil for a secret documentary. The school's outraged. Do you think that that's, for you, should anything go when it comes to making TV?
I think I've said to you before, there's loads of kids at my school. I remember being in the first year, and kids who, what year do schools go up to? I was in the first year. What is it?
11.
5?
Oh, sorry, first year of infants and juniors.
No, secondary school.
11.
Right, year 11. Kids have beards and stuff.
No, not year 11. They're 11 when they first go to secondary school.
Right. Well, I'm 11. The kids at the older end.
Well, there's a fifth form, and then there's
you can leave when you're 16. I think, can't you now?
Right. Well, kids who were 16 looked old. They did have beards. I remember going there and thinking some of them were teachers.
I think he's answered that. Next one. What's the next one?
Tattoos and everything. I think they're kids in the earlier years even.
What do you make of the fact that Mariah Carey's £38 million payoff has cost EMI staff their jobs, and we're talking 1,800 EMI staff who have lost their jobs?
What do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, is that silly money, Mariah Carey, on 38 million? She doesn't need that much.
She doesn't need that much. She has to dress nice, though.
It's not her fault. I'd say it's bad business.
Okay.
Because EMI, did you say?
Yes.
Right. They've got rid of them staff. Yeah. Mariah Carey's left. Who's going to do the work?
do you think Mariah should come back and do some temping?
Well, they should have got a loan and paid her.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Vicious circle, that.
Right.
You've done a business degree, have you?
Commerce.
You did commerce. Where did you do that? What did you do with that?
At school, I'd learned how to fill out a cheque, pay a bill, and I think I had a trip round Kellogg's.
Did you get an O level or a GCSE?
We know he didn't.
You know, I didn't.
But was there a commerce exam, or was it just a division of maths?
Can't remember.
What did you fill out a check?
Was it a subset of
It
maths?
was an option. It was like, if you want to do it, you can.
What was it? Fill out a check.
Pay a bill.
Pay a bill.
Have a visit round
Round
Kellogg's.
Kellogg's, and I saw my sister's boyfriend there at the time. He sorted me out with some variety packs.
Really? What was in them?
You know, Rice Krispies and
Good stuff.
Cocoa Pops?
Space Dust or whatever it is.
Space Nuts.
So, sorry, that wasn't Ken Dodd, no.
No.
That was someone else, was it? That was an aunt.
That wasn't Special K. Oh, dear.
What about this then? Home Secretary David Blunkett admits that muggers rule some streets.
Weird this, because when I was out with you...
I don't believe it's going to be weird, whatever you say, Karl.
No, when we were in that pub that night and we got talking about muggers and that, the tip is what I tend to do, because I nearly got mugged once. Act mental.
You what? You nearly got mugged once?
I nearly got mugged.
Yeah.
But I tried this technique of acting a bit mental.
Right, and how did you act mental?
Well, this guy wanted me trainers. And I was in Piccadilly Gardens in Manchester. It was quite late one night. Mm-hmm. And he come up, he said, I want them trainers. I said, you want them? I said, I worked hard for these. I said, how dare you come to me asking? And I got a bit livid. And he looked at me like, oh my God, he's got a right one here. And he left me.
Were you acting mental or were you just mental?
No, I put it on a bit.
Were you not petrified though?
Well, you don't think about it, do you, when you're sort of in the eyes of danger?
Well, not you. Clearly, you're a brave man. So, what did you say?
I just went a bit mad. I just kind of, because he said he wanted the trainers and they were dear ones at the time, and I just said, no, you're not having these. So I've crafted you. I said I wanted these trainers.
Yeah.
And went on to tell him how I work at printers and I don't enjoy it, and I put in all these hours and that, and I have to cycle home for about 5 miles. And
did he give you his trainers?
Yeah.
Did he have a knife?
I just left. No, it didn't get that. Didn't get that violent.
Well, that's very brave of you, Karl.
Yeah, it's
that's
good.
Good advice, though. Just act mental.
See, what's actually tried it the other night.
Oh, Liza Minnelli.
Yeah.
Well, she says, I've worked hard for these diamonds. Yeah. Not easy being the daughter of Judy Garland. You don't know what it's like. You know a lot about paying bills and writing out checks. Don't you?
Tell us about Kellogg's.
What was it like? What was in the factory? Was it just like squashing bits of corn?
Pretty boring, really. Just loads of conveyor belts, boxes of cornflakes everywhere. Just what you imagine.
Yeah.
So is it more, this is where you might be working? This is where you're likely to work?
Possibly. There was 2 trips. There was that and the trip to Manchester Evening News.
Okay.
And I left that early because I had a job in Cordon Bleu.
In Kellogg's?
Cordon Bleu, what's that?
It's like a supermarket.
Yeah?
And I had to leave the trip early, and the teacher went mad saying they'd thought I'd got lost on the, in the building and stuff.
What, you didn't tell anyone?
No, because it was like day 2 of working in this supermarket, and I couldn't be late. I thought by the time I explain where I've got to go and everything, I'll be even later.
Sure.
So I just left, and then apparently they were searching the building and everything for me.
Oh, well.
Stuck in a printer. Don't know.
Stuck in a printer?
I don't know.
What was the printer's name?
You worked at a supermarket called Cordon Bleu.
Yeah. Cordon Bleu!
Brilliant.
That's great, isn't it?
It's rubbish.
Oh.
Got sacked.
What did you get sacked for?
Messing about in a... back in the car park round the back.
Yeah.
Right, there was a grid, and all the concrete had gone funny, so when it rains, you got like a big lake.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And I got in, do you know those big metal trolleys you get to like put all the food in while
Oh, yeah.
And I got in one of them and pushed myself out into this lake.
Of cement?
No,
water.
It was full of water because it'd been raining. Right. And I got stuck in the middle, right? And the boss was like, where's Karl? He's meant to be doing, facing up the beans. And I was like...
You were stranded in a lake.
So someone said, I saw him messing about out the back. He came out and saw me stuck in the middle of this lake in a trolley. And he said, get back in. I said,
would you say, no, I'm filming sharks?
I said, it's too deep. I can't get out. You'll have to pass me something. And he said, I'm not passing you nothing. He said, you can get out of there and walk through it. I said, I'm not. I've got my trainers on, probably the same ones.
Yeah, you've risked your life for them.
Yeah. I said, I'm not getting these wet. He said, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to wait for the water to go down the grid. He said, the grid's blocked. Now get out or you're sacked. I said, well, I'm not getting out. He said, right, you're sacked.
Right, well, it's time for White Van Man, which is where we ask Karl the questions that the Sun asks someone else.
Exactly.
It's an article in there where they ask them, typical man on the street, the big questions of the day, gives them their platform to the nation, and we think this is just too good to let out because we only care about one person's opinion in the country now.
That's true enough. He's the K man, and there he is.
There he is. Right.
What do you make of New York's ex-police chief saying we need more bobbies on the beat? He's come over here. He's the guy that sorted out crime in New York City. He's come over. He said you're going all over the place here. You need more bobbies on the beat, more policemen, a visible police presence.
There was something last week about some copper in London who was sat on a bench. And he was asleep or something. Oh, yeah. And people were like outraged because he should be looking after, England's people, not nodding off on a park bench. Which is a bit daft because
they were shouting he should be looking after England's people.
Was this the 16th century you went back to? What do you mean he should be looking after England's people?
Wherever he was, if he was in a park somewhere, they were really annoyed because he was asleep. But
sure. He was probably undercover.
But the thing is, if there would have been any trouble, I'm sure he would have woke up.
Yeah.
If there was any if someone needed help and he screamed, he would have woke up. So I don't know why they were having a go at him.
Yeah. And he might not have been there at all. So, it was, he probably have his radio turned on, didn't he?
Yeah.
Listening to Heart.
So you're not concerned then that there's not, the crime's going up?
I think there's enough. I see quite a lot of them whizzing around.
Okay. You're happy then?
Yeah.
As long as you're happy, Karl.
So you don't think it's too much crime?
No.
Just the right amount of crime?
Yeah.
What about the fact that new gambling laws give Blackpool the green light to become a British Las Vegas? What do you make of that? Are you a gambler?
Little bit when I go on holiday, like going in the arcade and having a little flutter.
Sure.
What's your favourite?
I have a go on the fruit machines.
Yeah.
There's a good one called The Simpsons.
Right.
Is that your favourite?
Yeah, it's quite good.
Is that a tie-in with the TV show The Simpsons?
Yeah.
Okay.
Will he make Blackpool the next Vegas? I don't think so.
No, not
Can't see it happening.
No. You been to Blackpool?
Yeah.
What was it?
It's a bit rank.
Is it?
It is a bit rough.
Okay.
Needs a lot of work doing on it.
Yeah.
No, that won't happen.
Okay. And you're not worried about this encouraging gambling, generally? Gambling's not a vice you're concerned about?
If you're a gambler, you're a gambler. Do you know what I mean? If Blackpool isn't done up, they'll go somewhere else to have a flutter.
Sure.
So it's not going to make any difference.
Okay.
No. Well, it's time. Whoa.
Go on.
That time, isn't it?
Yeah. Play the jingle.
Yeah. White Van Man, Karl.
Brilliant. Recorded at great expense, that jingle.
Yeah.
This is where we just hijack an idea from The Sun, which is White Van Man, where The Sun asks, in this instance, a cabbie by the look of it. Oh, no, a fruit and veg shop owner.
Ours is slightly different because The Sun sort of pick on a perfectly normal member of the public.
Exactly.
So that's where we've got the
upper hand.
Yeah.
And they ask him about the hot potatoes. This week, Karl, my first question to you, your thoughts, please, on the criticism of the BBC over their coverage of the Queen Mum's death. What do you make of this? You're aware of all the criticism that Peter Sissons asked some probing questions?
No, I thought it was
wore a burgundy tie.
I thought that's it. Yeah, he just it didn't show respect. He just had a burgundy tie on.
See that? That's not really not showing respect, is it?
No, it's not.
You show your respect by sort of doing the news on it, giving her a bit of coverage, and showing, what a good woman she was or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you move on to sport news or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I totally agree.
I don't like the way everything's morbid. I was thinking about it. It's like, the way in birthday cards and that, people always put funny things in them. I think you should save things like that for funerals, for funeral cards and that, and try and cheer people up at times when they're low. Do you know what I mean? Because on your birthday, you're quite happy anyway, so you don't need someone putting a funny comment in a card. I think, when you send a card...
What would you suggest?
Well,
whoopee cushion, but on the vicar's chair. How would you liven up the funeral?
Just little things in the card. I mean, you're just writing stuff like, well, at least you're still alive or whatever.
So as you're giving the eulogy...
that'd be good. So supposing someone's husband's killed in a car crash, you go around with some flowers and a little card, and it says, at least you're still alive.
Well, maybe something funnier than that.
Well, maybe if you got up to give the eulogy during a funeral, just wear a pair of comedy tits.
Yeah, or those glasses that are eyes on sort of springs.
But why has everyone got to be so sad about someone dying?
No, what annoys me is that when you see the people on television, these sort of members of the public, and they're crying about the Queen Mother, who was sad when anyone dies, sad when anyone nan dies. She was 102. And it's sort of like, I think they should cry.
Well, there's a picture in the paper today.
I don't understand it.
There's a picture in the paper today of various people who were lining the funeral kind of route yesterday, and there's a picture of a very young child, maybe sort of 5 or 6, on the arms of her dad, and her head bowed, and it says a young girl there weeps for the Queen Mother. And I was looking at it, and you can tell she's just tired. Well, she's just tired and bored. It's so transparent that it's not crying. It's
most
just, what are we doing
when their nan dies?
Exactly.
It's sort of like...
But what is a 5-year-old girl going to be... Why is she going to be crying? The Queen Mum said, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Teletubbies? No. The Queen Mum. Oh, not the tweenies? No, it's all in a minute.
Yeah.
It's just like...
Oh, dear.
I mean, I know. I'm sure, I don't know much about her. I don't know if she was a great woman. And obviously, it's always sad when someone dies. But it's like... It's interesting that there was a lot of tourists in that long line of people that are now queuing for hours upon hours to see her dying in state. Because it's clearly just people who want to be a part of history.
Must be gutting if you're over from Sweden and you find out that... the Queen Mum's died.
Oh, you must be devastated.
You probably don't want to carry on with your visit.
Exactly.
Really.
Okay, listen, Karl.
I think we've covered that.
What do you make of the? What do you make of the first genetically modified baby?
Oh,
are you worried about this?
Do you know what did they do? What?
Let me see what it says here. It says,
isn't it just choosing the eye colour?
Well, this is the concern, isn't it? That in the future you'll be able to decide whether it's a boy or a girl, how intelligent it is, what it looks like, is it handsome, is it ugly? Obviously, no one will choose an ugly baby, and so on and so on and so on. And so it means that where will it lead? Where will it end, Karl? Are you concerned?
I've thought about this a lot.
What will us three look like in the future if they're being, genetically modified, beautiful people? What will we be like? How will we be considered in society?
True, yeah. But we've talked about this before, haven't we? About the cloning thing.
Yeah,
that's a bit weird.
Yeah.
But I don't think it matters, because at the end of the day, right, you might look like some other kid, but it's the way you brought up that will change your features and the way you are, your personality.
If you lie, you get a long nose, don't you?
Well, no, but listen, right, because I remember when we, I was growing up on this estate.
This is going to be good. Go on.
No, it's not. It's just an example of how this doesn't work.
Go on.
So we don't need to worry, sort of thing.
Sure.
Right?
Okay.
So I'm growing up on this estate, and there was this woman about 4 houses down, right, who's a bit rough. All right.
Didn't fancy her.
Oh God, no. Right, but she had a baby.
Well, tell me about her first. I'm interested in this woman. Why was she?
It was a very...
Was it like being a man in a dress?
I mean, I didn't grow up in a posh house or anything. And I'm not saying that if you live in a bit of a rough house, you're a bad person.
What does she look like?
But anyone can
tattoos?
Clean up.
Look like Tony Green with a fag on.
They didn't clean up much, right?
Oh.
Which, even if you've not got a lot of money, you can still try and make the place look nice.
Yeah.
Right? But she didn't. And a kid used to take a horse into the house.
Sorry. Whoa, Neddy. What do you mean a kid used to take a horse into the house? Where did they get a horse?
Must have nicked it from somewhere. Must have done.
You've seen a horse in it? No.
What, is that from outside the saloon round the corner?
Yeah, was it just tied up with a bit of leather?
Right.
Oh, that's great. Did Big Jake come looking for it?
I'd been out.
Oh. Sorry, let me get this. This was before the lynching stopped or after.
Where did he get a horse from? What do you mean he must have nicked it? His mum said, where'd you get that from? I bought it. All right then, but keep it out of the kitchen.
I don't want you going Catlin rustling.
Where did he get a horse from, Karl? And how long did he have it for? Was he leading it or riding it? Mum, open the door, I can't stop.
I can't stop it. Open the patio door as well.
Looks like we got us a runaway. What do you mean?
I don't know, but the thing is they couldn't afford to buy one because they're not cheap. So I'm just guessing. Maybe that's wrong of me. But I think...
He had a horse?
Yeah, right. So
that's why the family didn't have any money. They'd spend it on the horse.
No,
exactly.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think they would have bought it. So anyway...
Yeah, it's wise to whisper, Karl, in case they're listening.
Yeah. And
they could be in the room next door.
It's not buying it, it's keeping it as well.
Oh, so I was like in the car with my dad coming into the avenue, and you used to have to drive down it to turn round and sort of go back to our house. You
had the traditional method of transport. Yeah.
And the horse was in the lounge.
Reading a paper.
Just like walking around.
What?
And when I was doing, I tried to earn myself some money once by flogging little flowers in plastic cups.
What? This is genius. It just keeps coming. What do you mean you're trying to flog little flowers? What do you mean?
Wait. Let's play a record. Let's play a record and come back to this, because the story's going to just unravel and unravel. It's going to go on for hours. Let's play a track,
deeper
Karl.
and deeper. It's like an onion, isn't it?
We've created a whole world here where there's a man living with a horse.
Just walking around the lounge.
I come from the West Country. I've never heard anything like that.
I just think of a big sort of like orange carpet and it's got a rediffusion telly and this horse going, I'm fed up in here.
Exactly.
This is really...
I am not taking the rubbish out again.
Yeah.
Right, play a record. Let's have Velvet Underground. We've got that lined up.
Oh,
yeah, the classic from the first album. I'm Waiting for the Man. Let's come back to the horse in a second.
Little flowers in pots. What do you mean? Well, that bootleg's going under the name of Nothing Miss Jackson, I think, by Meats and Poultry. So there you go.
I do love these bootleg things because they're so pointless, but they're so enjoyable.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's fun to do. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
really good
they're
fun.
Great. But not as much fun as White Van Karl.
White Van Karl, absolutely. Do you want to explain the premise?
Well, we take the Sun, ask someone else, and ask Karl. It's simple as that. The Sun have just taken a normal person. We flipped it. We're going to ask Karl the same questions about the week's news.
Yeah, just basically your opinions, Karl, as ever. What do you make of, well, obviously the big news, David Beckham's broken foot? Is this a big concern for you?
No, I mean, he's sad. You know, it's sadder for him more than anyone because, you know, to like be in the World Cup is like the main thing for him, isn't it?
Yeah.
But he's still a young lad, and I don't think he'll give up. I reckon he'll still turn up. He'll be all right. And, yeah, good luck to the lad. You know I like David. I'm not going to slag him off.
Wise words.
Yeah. He says that like he knows him. Like he's popping round for drinks later.
Yeah, like we tried to stitch you up. Go on.
But obviously yesterday, was it yesterday? I think maybe Thursday. The Sun printed a big picture of David's foot and encouraged everyone to touch it at midday, because hoping that this would somehow, if we all thought and prayed together, somehow that would help his foot heal. Do you believe in that?
No.
Any belief in that?
No, you're going down the old like Yoragella route, aren't you?
Sure.
And it's stupid.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I mean, it's nice effort and everything. It sort of cheers everyone up.
Hold on, you believe in ghosts and warlocks and licking toads? Why is that any more stupid than all those things?
It's not going to work, is it?
All right,
fine.
It's rubbish.
Okay, what about this then? There's apparently now available £1.5 million apartments available on an exclusive ship which sails around the world.
Yeah, it's like...
what do you make of that?
It's a huge thing, and you live on it, and it's... I mean, in theory...
How big is it?
It's mental.
Do you know
it's like
huge
a town centre.
Do you know how like people said that the Titanic was the biggest ship? Was that only then? They've got bigger ones now, haven't they?
Yeah.
A lot bigger.
Oil tankers are much bigger, and... Yeah.
No, but actual
liners are bigger. Yeah. It was the biggest then. Yeah.
Because my mum told me that there was one that was that big that it had like rough areas on it.
Oh God!
Don't go starboard.
Oh God!
No, but do you know what I mean?
Great.
It was like
we're thinking of moving. We're seeing the captain. We're thinking of moving to a nicer area. Oh
yeah. I've heard they're very rough in aft.
Oh God! Oh, that's
they steal your tyres.
A ship's so big that was rough areas. Oh,
how big is this one that you're talking about?
Well, I don't know. It doesn't give me the specifications here, but
they're huge. They're huge. In theory, I mean, it's that thing with it's obviously marketing, but they're going to solve the overpopulation crisis, where soon we'll all just be floating around the sea.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I can see that.
The Shining here on XFM 104.9. We're doing White Van Karl. Got another one there?
Well, it's just your thoughts really on the Queen Mum's very British send-off that she was given this week.
Yeah.
What do you make of all those people queuing up to see her? Did you think that was incredible?
Right. Well, what we said last week, you know, there was I don't quite understand why there was so many people there who were like getting really upset. Do you know what I mean? Really upset, crying and stuff. And, you know, you can lose someone who's like related to you and you don't cry like that. You sort of sit there and you think back to what you did with them and stuff and then that's it. But, the queue thing, wasn't it like miles long and stuff?
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Right, I was sat watching this with Susan.
12 hours queuing.
Yeah.
It never got to 12 hours.
It did, but that was the estimated time.
No,
but how long is a queue when they're just like, you know, walking along? Think how far you can sort of like, you know, stagger in 12 hours.
Incredible.
It's been ridiculous.
Yeah. But again, you know, if they want to do that, it's their time and that, isn't it? And it was at the weekend, so they could have, it's not as if they got out of work to do it. No. You know what I mean? They used their own time, so good on them. But I thought, right, what they could have done Remember when I studied Che Guevara?
Yeah.
Right? And don't be offended by this. It was just an idea because they did it with Che Guevara. Remember when they cut him up?
Yes, they cut him up. Yeah.
What was the reason for cutting him up?
Well, they cut up Che in order to try and... you told us that they were going to send bits of his body to Fidel Castro and various other people, wasn't that right?
As a warning, wasn't it, though, to all the people, like one to...
Yeah, my understanding was that they cut him up in order to... so they could bury him in different places so that there'd be no shrine. There'd be not one place that you could go to in order to sort of make him into a martyr.
A little bit like that. I've like...
I can vaguely see where this is going.
6 queues, and it's like, number 1... You can, go and pay respect to her head or whatever.
Oh, God.
No, but I just was thinking the way of speeding it up. I'm not having a go. I'm not, because they haven't done it, so it doesn't matter. But they did it with Che Guevara.
Yeah.
Everybody would have felt like they've got close to her. And it would have speeded it up.
No, I mean, but I can understand.
Can I just say that genuinely, Karl is not being disrespectful here. This is his best idea to cut down the queues. So don't phone in. He's not suggesting we should have done this. He genuinely is. But I mean, he's not doing it to be nasty or wacky or he thinks this is a good idea. So
can I just throw a thought at
Che Guevara, who was like a powerful man. He did a lot for the world and what have you.
Yeah.
And
have you heard that? I feel slightly responsible for this because have you heard of the quote, a little knowledge is a dangerous thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Steve, next one.
No, just a very quick question. I can understand those that have queued for 12 hours to see the head. I'd be a little bit annoyed if I got there to find a toe.
I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you what they could do without chopping her up. They could put about 9 queues. Each could see each hip she had.
That's true enough.
Because she's had about 9 of them.
Yeah.
So it'd just be, if you want to see the whole body, it's a 12-hour queue. If you just want to see a couple of the hips.
Here's another suggestion for you, I just thought, right?
What?
Instead of everyone queuing to see her, why not put her on a trolley and wheel her past everyone else?
Running. So
you could have some students on Rag Week and they can combine it, like when they're always pushing a bed. They could just run it along the queue.
No, that'd
be fantastic.
That'd be disrespectful.
Right, as opposed to the chopping up.
So
sure.
No,
right.
But just an idea.
Just I apologise now if anyone's offended.
Anyone offended, I'm sorry. But,
yeah.
Okay, we just do White Van Karl then. This is your opinions. You can't be wrong on this, can you?
There's no right or wrong answer here. Okay.
Right.
But so this is where we ask Karl his views on the big news stories of the week. Basically, we've stolen an idea from the Sun newspaper, and
so this isn't cruel. This programme, is it?
Oh, I don't think so.
Picking on me.
It's not, is it?
It's weird because a few people have said, "Oh, you're picking on me." It depends how you look at things, isn't it?
Yeah, but you do like it.
We could look at it like it's a laugh, so it's not a problem for us.
We like you. You're our favourite. Yeah. I'm going to say thing in the world, but I don't mean that. In a derogatory way.
No, I'm cool with it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so your views, please, on the fact that attitudes are changing to the possible marriage of Charles and Camilla.
Oh, what do you think of
that? The roars at the moment, because the recent tragedies are apparently high in the polls, and people are coming around to the idea of Charles and Camilla getting hitched. What's your thought?
Whatever, really. I mean, if they're happy with it. The thing that comes out of it most is it just goes to show, right, that there is someone for everyone. Just because, I mean, no disrespect to Camilla, I'm not a good-looking person either, but she isn't a stunner, and yet she's gone and picked up a royal. Right?
Yeah.
So I think it's good for things like that to happen, because it cheers you up. Do you know what I mean? Gives you a bit of hope.
Thanks, Karl.
So, yeah, it's good. If they're happy. If anyone's happy, it's a good story, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's had a bit of bad luck. And now he's got someone else in his life. So.
While he's doing this, I'm just doing a list of questions to ask him what he thinks of things in the world.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah, no problem.
No problem.
Okay, what about this then? Are you disappointed by the nation that a third of us are apparently unaware of St. George's Day?
23rd.
Is St. George's Day the one with the snakes that we've talked about?
No, that's...
Are you one of that third, do you think?
St. George is the patron saint of England who killed the dragon.
Yeah, I mean, there's too many of these days, isn't there? That's the problem. If you make it a bit more special, like Christmas, so you buy presents and that for each other, then people will remember it. But there's so many of these days with Easter and Pancake Tuesday and all that. So it's not surprising. I think as time goes on, we'll find that a lot of these days will just disappear because, people are busy.
There'll be new ones, won't there? Right.
White Van Karl.
White Van Karl. Yeah, this is where we steal the White Van Man column from The Sun and basically fire those questions at Karl, getting his opinions on the week's news. Okay, Karl. Okay, what do you make of this? David Beckham apparently was driving despite having an injured foot and just further threatening his World Cup chances. And obviously, you're a big football fan.
Well, I'm not that big. I like the odd game.
Sure.
Would that hurt him? Would that hurt his foot?
It can be good.
Is it in a plaster? It's not a big cast.
Sure, it's better to drive than it is to walk on it.
Good point.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Go.
Can't argue with that.
Can't get the bus, can he?
Okay, and what do you make of this fascist leader who's having a lot of success in the French presidential elections?
What's he doing?
Have you not come across this story?
No.
Right. This is one of the big political stories.
He's got far right that got nearly 20%.
He's a far-right fascist leader, and he's having considerable success in the French elections.
I don't think we should be asking Karl questions like this.
Not something you've got to
I'm getting scared.
There's all sorts of bad stuff going on in the world that we don't know about.
Yeah.
But we know about this.
Yeah, but you're better off not knowing because there's nothing I can do about it.
You're absolutely right, Karl. Fair enough. I can't argue with that.
Oh, God, that's
alive.
Fantastic. That is brilliant. White Van Karl.
Yeah, White Van Karl. I mean, for those that don't know, we do this...
we ask Karl the questions that The Sun asked someone else.
That's right, The Sun every day asks some, average Joe, his views on the week's big stories. Karl, let me ask you now, what do you make of Prince Harry smoking openly at a polo club? Are you aware of this story?
No. Was it? Go on.
Prince Harry, you know that he's one of the royals.
Yeah.
And he was seen smoking openly, a fag, a cigarette, a polo.
Third in line to the throne.
Something like that, yeah.
Imagine that. Someone smoking a cigarette who's third in line to the throne.
A cigarette, Karl.
Is it a non-smoking polo club?
Do you know, I don't know, but if it were, would that make things even worse for you? Well, no, seriously, what do you make of it? This is, the whole, the furore is he's a role model, he's a royal. Should he be seen puffing away in a public place?
I don't think it matters, does it?
Not a concern for you?
How old is he? Is he old enough to smoke?
I think he probably is, yes.
Right, yeah. Well, I think the trouble with this role model thing, with anything that's legal, it should either be illegal or not.
Yeah.
I just don't think you can impose things like that, because you could say that it is bad for you, and it is bad to start smoking, and it really is bad for you, it causes cancer and everything.
But everyone knows that, don't they?
Well, yeah, but you should either make it illegal or shut up about it. So this is Karl you're asking, isn't it?
I am indeed.
Sorry,
so we can throw these questions your way as well if you fancy.
Sorry, yeah.
But it doesn't matter.
But Karl, what are your views generally? I mean, it's obviously cigarettes are perfectly legal and so on, but what about stronger narcotics? Because I know you're very scared of drugs and stuff, aren't you?
I'm not a fan.
No, what's your concern? What's your worry?
Just that you might get into them. It's like you might have them and go, oh, this is all right.
Exactly, Karl. Yeah. Exactly.
Although I was talking to you about it earlier, and you weren't very sympathetic about a lot of young people who have perhaps gone to crack or smack. You didn't you describe it as their own fault?
Sometimes it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I could have turned to it where I grew up, but I said, well, don't want to do that, it's not good for you. Sure. And I avoided it.
You turned to ghosts.
So you've got no sympathy for anyone who's a drug addict? It's their own fault, is your...
It depends, doesn't it?
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? You can be an addict if, I don't know, something... I'm trying to think of a nice way that you might...
Well, most people start on stuff like that because something really traumatic's happened to them. Very few people go out for a laugh one night and go, let's all try it.
Sure.
So, but... Yeah.
Just say no, I suppose, is the
just
the
say no.
In the
Listen to the cast of Grange Hill.
Now, this will scare you. Now, Karl, you will be a little bit unnerved about this. Have you seen the film Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
You know what happened there? Well, according to The Sun here, it says scientists are planning to clone mammoths for a theme park. Look at his face. Look at that. He looks like a dog caught in the headlights of a car. He's terrified.
I love Karl.
He sprung to attention
Karl.
there.
Is that the best news you could have?
Man moths.
Right,
yeah, man moths.
I love the fact that that's why he was so excited that they bred a man moth. What is this? Yeah, it's a human being that hides in your wardrobe and eats an entire jacket in a day.
Yeah.
What do you mean, man moths? Mammoths. Mammoth, the big hairy cow from the Ice Age. I mean, elephant.
You're not so excited about that, then? You can take or leave bringing back mammoths to life, but a man moth...
A man moth is a different matter. Oh. If we'd have never brought that up, he'd have gone and told someone now, they've bred an half man, half moth. This is how things start.
This is what we mean when you hear these ghost stories.
Are you slightly deaf? Is that it? When you hear these stories, you're slightly deaf. And his head was in the basket, and he went, count how many times I blink. Is it...
Karl, is English your first language? Are you actually foreign? Is that the thing?
Yeah.
Should we speak
when we say foreign, we mean not of this planet.
Yeah. Should we speak slower? Would that be a help to you?
No. Go on. Next.
What do you make of that?
Do you think that's good? Would you like to bring back mammoths?
Prehistoric animals?
These giant elephants.
They're slow, aren't they? It's not as if they're going to like get out and run fast and they can't capture them.
They'd probably be a fence, to be honest, Karl. They'd probably be a fence.
No, but you're asking it as if like, it could all go wrong, but it couldn't, could it?
Well,
really?
but the point was about Jurassic Park is they thought it wouldn't go wrong. They thought they had it all under control.
Have you learned nothing from Jurassic Park, Karl?
Dinosaurs would say, think about it before you do it. But with a hairy elephant, it's not going to...
Not a concern for you? Would you go along to see him? Would you be interested in that?
If it was in the area.
He's great, isn't he? I'd love a queue,
Nothing
right?
impresses
No,
him.
but what I'd like to do is Karl sitting like Yoda in a little cave, and I'd just like to see people like Tony Blair and Stephen Hawking in a queue, and they go and say, "Karl, got a bit of a problem."
And thinking of cloning a man and a moth. Problem? Not an issue. No, if I'm in the area, I might cruise around and have a look at it. Otherwise, just don't send it near my clothes.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So it's just for a second. As the words "man moth" came into your head, how excited were you? I mean, were you both terrified and excited? For the moment when you thought that they'd cloned a man and a moth?
I pictured...
what kind of face did he have? Did he have the moth's head, or was it a man's head?
Just a little man head.
Right, what was his face? What did it look like?
He just was like a bit shocked.
Perplexed, yeah. So it was like he'd been grafted onto the body of a moth without his consent.
And when he was asleep,
he'd woken up.
He just went in to have a goiter removed, and they said, "We've replaced your goiter with the body of a giant moth."
Yeah,
is that all right, Mr. Jenkins?
So he had the head of a little. Was it a little boy or a man?
Little man.
Right. Okay.
And he's just bumping into a lamp.
Just bumping into a lamp.
Karl, if you went into hospital and they'd done something, what's the worst thing they could do, right? What would you rather have done, right? You wake up and you've got lobster claws for hands.
Right.
You wake up and you've got duck's feet. Or you wake up and you've got one horn coming out of your head.
The worst thing?
Yeah.
Probably the horn coming out of my head.
Why?
Get in the way.
That'd be useful, wouldn't it, in fights and stuff? And for like parties, people would play quoits.
I suppose the lobster claws would also be quite handy there.
Definitely.
Listen, we haven't done it for a while. White Van Man. I thought there's some interesting questions raised today, and I think it might be nice to throw them Karl's
I think we set Karl up again in the last hour as a person that people want to know his opinions on the world.
If you're not familiar with it, on Saturdays, the Sun newspaper asks a typical white van driver questions his opinions on the week's news, and we thought we'd throw these in the direction of Karl. And then what do you make of this teenage thug, Karl, Mickey Carroll, who spent 4 months in jail and he's won 9.7 million on the lottery? Is that justice? When you think of all the good people that are going hungry? And there's a lad there and he's won...
Did he buy the ticket before he went in?
No, I think he bought it once he'd come out.
So he's done his time?
He's done his time.
Fair enough then, he's been punished.
Yeah.
Right, he's bought a ticket, he's had a lot of bad luck. Mm-hmm. Now he's having a bit of good luck.
Right, next one.
Are you concerned that now he's got all that money he could turn into like a sort of mastermind villain? Like a James Bond style villain? He's got a criminal streak, we know that. Is that a concern for you?
Well,
imagine that he could build some kind of underwater fortress.
We don't, with my lawyer's hat on, we don't know that.
Yeah, well. Well, he'd have to prove that he didn't have a criminal streak. I'd say you've been in jail for 4 months.
Yeah. Sometimes people are bad because they haven't got any money, so he might be just an angel of gold now. Or whatever it is.
It's a long time since we've had any white van, Karl. For those that don't remember this particular hot feature, we basically ask Karl some of the questions that are asked of a white van driver in the Sun. They always have this on Saturday afternoons. Anyway, here's the first one. They're not fascinating, Karl, but I'm just interested on your take, really.
Yeah.
What do you make of Cilla Black quitting Blind Date after her husband sent a message from beyond the grave? Are you familiar with the story?
I didn't know that. What's that?
She went to see a medium, and supposedly her husband passed on information through the medium, which was incredibly vague, but persuaded her to quit live on air.
Well, it's about time, isn't it? If even dead people are saying, enough's enough. But I'll tell you what, though, talking about ghosts and that, do you know how I'm into them?
Yeah.
Right? how weird do you think this is, right?
Well, it's not true. Before you say it, play a record.
No, go on.
Go on.
Right, it's this woman. I don't even know if it's ghost, really. It's just a bit weird.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
There's this woman, and she's not a woman, she's a kid.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
She's walking down, like, a street in her area. It's a nice day and everything. Everything's normal. She's walking down, and a woman comes up, cycling past, right? The woman on the bike looks at the kid, absolutely terrified, right? Got a really scary face on her.
Yeah.
The kid's thinking, why is she doing that?
Yeah.
Right? So anyway, she thinks nothing of it, goes, I think she was playing in the park or whatever, goes and has a nice day. About 15 years later...
Oh, right, yeah.
She's, I don't know, I think she was going to work, right, on a bike.
She was riding her own bike?
Riding her own bike, cycling down the road.
Oh, yeah.
Looks at the kid. That's the thing that happened, like, 15, 20 years ago.
Right.
It's her on the bike looking at her as a kid.
Right. Not another child.
No. So It's her. She's seen herself.
Karl? I mean, I don't know where to start.
Firstly, where's this information come from?
But I mean, why do you ever... I mean, I don't know what part of that you think can be true. I mean, honest, I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. What are you talking about?
Bit weird, though, isn't it?
But it's not true.
It didn't happen. Nothing happened like that.
She said it did.
Well, she's wrong.
She said she saw herself.
She saw herself as a kid, didn't she?
Did she carry on riding
and as an adult when she was a kid.
Did she stop and talk to herself, or did she ride on by and think, that's a bit weird, there's me as an 8-year-old. I won't stop, I'll be late for work.
Yeah, if I'm late again, the boss said he'd be in trouble.
Yeah.
Well,
and where is this information? Did it happen to someone you know?
No.
You overheard it on the bus?
No, it was in the 14 Times.
We've had a lot of emails saying, could you bring back White Van Karl?
Oh, yeah.
Which is that section of the show where we ask the questions that the Sun asks
someone else,
random punters of Karl. But sadly, recently, they've got very politicised and very kind of, basically a little bit depressing. So there's not really anything appropriate. But I have trawled the papers looking for other questions posed in other sections of the Sun.
Good idea.
I was just looking here at the Dear Deirdre section, which is the sort of problem page. I don't know what your views are on this.
I'd love to see Karl. Oh, God, can we get him a job? Just ask... Oh, my God, that would be amazing. Right?
Well, here's one. I'd like to see your view on this, Karl. I'm a happily married 42-year-old woman with 4 kids, yet I've developed a huge crush on pop star Darius Dinesh.
Yeah.
It sent my hormone levels through the roof, and last night I woke my husband up at 4 a.m. for sex. We've been married for 20 years and he can't believe his luck. Recently I've been having... I want
to go to I'll stop you there. Why are you telling me? Right, carry on, sorry.
Recently, I've been having erotic thoughts about Darius morning, noon and night. Yeah. I haven't felt like this since I was a teenager and mad about Donny Osmond. My husband is amazed at the change in me. We had sex twice last night and again this morning.
Again? Why are you telling me this? Yeah, go on.
He's just boasting. This is not a problem. It's not a problem.
What's the problem? No problem, just wanted to tell someone. Thanks very much.
I watched Darius on TV last night, and when my husband came home, I dragged him into the kitchen and we made mad, passionate love. Right, they did it then, twice last night, once this morning. That's 4 times. 5 times she's mentioned it so far.
Yeah.
She's doing all right. My husband, this is a great bit. My husband thinks it might be his new moustache. Or that I'm going through the menopause, but I know
You were thinking of growing a moustache?
I was thinking of
change your luck with the ladies?
I love the idea, that's what he thinks it is. He's telling his mates in the pub.
You should grow with these.
The old Tom Selleck.
5 times in the last 24 hours.
Hooray for sexy Darius. So, what do you make of that then? What are your views on that?
Hold on though, if that bloke is reading that paper, that narrows it down a bit.
It's got to be, yeah.
Who else did he know? His wife likes Darius, he's had sex 5 times that night, and he grew a new moustache. He's thinking, I wonder if that's me.
Maureen.
Yeah, go on.
But what's your concern? Because I'll tell you what her problem is. She's worried that, the reason that she's now kind of overly excited and she's, having this great sex with her husband is because she's actually fantasizing about someone completely different, younger. She's having these wayward thoughts, isn't she? She's a bit concerned about that. What's your concern? What are your thoughts?
I reckon she's going to start shoplifting soon and coming out in hot flushes. Go on.
Just, they're both happy, aren't they? He's getting what he wants. She's happy. I'd say, yeah, whatever, get on with it.
Do you think that she should confess? She wants to be honest with him.
I wouldn't, because not that many fellas like Darius.
Right.
So if you're sort of thinking, she'd rather have him than me, I don't
What do you think Darius would think of this?
He'd probably be happy with that. I mean,
what would you do if you got loads of phone calls, right, from women going, Karl, whenever you're on the radio, I just have to do it. Your voice makes me...
I'd say, right, well, you know, it's all right. I'd be happy with that.
Would you?
Yeah. I mean, just in case anyone is doing that.
What would you do to sort of like egg them on a little bit to help them out? What do you think?
What sexy things would you say?
What do you think is your quality? What do you think people would find, you know, pretty horny about you? Is it your sort of mank wine, do you think, that? It's the best of. You've been voting in all week, sending your emails, so here's the clips that you wanted.
Alright, so, here's the first bit.
Yeah.
Some doctor or something who was into, like, the way bodies work, they got their head cut off.
The doctor?
Yeah, he was doing a bit of an experiment.
And he cut his own head off?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was about, he said, when my head's in the basket, I'm going to blink my eyes.
Right. Okay, sorry, hang on, let him finish.
And,
so the doctor has chopped his own head off, and he's told everyone, I'm going to blink my eyes.
He's in the basket, and he goes like, right, I'm going to blink my eyes about, you know, as many times as I can. So quick, count them. And they count, and he got to like 15 before he died.
Now this is how Karl told me that. Till Nick Frost explained that, Karl told me, he said, right, well, a bloke, right, he had his head cut off, and when his head was in the basket, he went, count how many times I can blink. And I went, well, that's rubbish. He went, no. And Nick went, well, no, he actually said, when my head's in the basket. And Karl went, all right. I said, Karl, do you know the subtle difference? Do you see the subtle difference?
I have to say, though, guys, I still don't really understand what went on there. You've both lost me.
The story is that a bloke who'd been found doing...
you mean that Karl just explained it and that was a clear version? Because I still don't know what you're talking about, Karl.
Well, this bloke had his head cut off at experiments against God. He was a doctor in the, in olden times. Yeah. And when they cut his head off...
Why did they cut his head off?
Because it was...
he was executed.
Crimes against... Exactly, he was executed, yeah. And he said to his assistant, when my head's in the basket, I'm going to blink, count how many times I blink and write it down as an experiment, right? Karl told it to me, like his head was cut off and he went in the basket, and when his head was in the basket, he looked up and said, count how many times I blink. Yeah. I love that. I love the difference in that story.
Yeah.
Both rubbish, but, one's possible and one isn't.
You believe anything that you're told except when we tell you the truth.
What? Someone's left one of those little things in here. It's brilliant, isn't it?
It's amazing. What are they called, those things?
I imagine just there. I was thinking of being in the front row at a Morrissey concert and going, can I just play along? They are brilliant.
I don't know what kind of sign that is.
I don't know. It's only used for when Kenneth Williams sees someone undressing. Yeah. That's the only time that is used, that noise. Exactly. That is brilliant.
But it's like it was specially created for the Carry On films.
Yeah, we need... I don't know what it is, but we need something when I walk in and see someone changing. Well, what about this? There is a Light That Never Goes Out by the Smiths. I phoned Karl up in the week, yeah, and I said, what are you doing? He went, well, even though it's one of my days off, I'm just doing some research on the web. Found anything that said, yeah, I'm doing science. And then he said, you can get wigs for dogs in Tokyo. That's his scientific fact. And I went, what do you mean? Dogs, if they need a wig? I said, if they need a wig, what? Dogs going bald? And he went, like, this is fine to him. He went, it's a stressful city, Tokyo. The world's all right with Karl. He's always got an explanation. I've only ever seen him confused once. When in Edinburgh, he looked out of his window one day and he saw a bloke putting a parking ticket on some rubbish.
Yeah.
And that genuinely confused him.
Yeah.
He couldn't work out, could you?
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
And the woman breastfeeding her 8-year-old child, you didn't like, did you?
I don't like that. But the what's the name? Animals with wigs. I kind of thought, after I put the phone down to you, I kind of thought about it, thought, yeah, it's a bit daft, that.
Are you sure he's not the ageing pop group?
No.
The Animals?
But when you think, have you ever seen, like, a bald pet?
No.
It's weird.
What do you mean?
Because my mum, we had a cat, we used to get through loads of cats because we lived on a...
Oh, God, it started early today, innit?
What do you mean you got
it's
through a lot of cats?
It's only 10 past 1.
What
are you doing? Running a restaurant?
We lived on...
Oh, God, what do you mean?
No, we lived on like a main road.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So we used to get through a lot of them. My dad kept saying, risk. Stop wasting money, it's not...
Stop wasting money, not wasting cats.
Right, so anyway, we had this cat that was ill all the time. And
it's just bag of nerves, probably.
Yeah, malingerer. Yeah, I'm terrified.
I'm going to which house?
Rome. Oh, God, bloody hell. Rome.
Don't let me go to the Pilkingtons.
And it, for some reason, it kept being sick all the time. Right?
Yeah, that is nerves. That's definitely nerves.
So my mum kind of thought, I've had enough of this, and she shaved it.
Whoa. Now, I know you're not vets in your family, but what correlation did your mum think there was between it being sick and shaving it?
Because it kept being sick, and it was a pain to wash because it kept getting
So she wanted a dry wipe cat.
So
why didn't she just varnish it? What?
It's weird. It's weird.
So now he's cold and sick.
No, but not all of it. She left sort of the back half, but sort of from its waist, sort of.
I love that. Shave it because it's sick on itself.
And it was the weirdest looking thing. I mean, normally I like cats. I'm always like giving yours a stroke on the head and that.
Yeah.
But as soon as she did that, it was like, oh.
Yeah.
Can't touch it. And then.
So now it's sick, cold, and hated.
Yeah.
Karl.
It must have, the other cats must have been taking the mick out of it constantly. It's just making things worse. I'm hoping that it got run over and was put out of its misery.
No, I think it got all right, that one. Or is that the... Yeah, it did get run over. It did.
Oh, God. Oh, dear.
How many cats do you say you've got through?
I'd say whilst I was living at home, it's still on the increase even though I'm not there. So whilst I was there, probably 5.
God.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
And were you upset each time, or you just got used to it?
It's one of them things, isn't it? Like I've said before, when you first see something, it's a bit of a shock. Do you know what I mean? It's like the Elephant Man or whatever.
Yeah.
First time you see him, it's that sort of, oh, look at that.
Yeah. Do you remember the first time you saw Steve? No, I'm not being funny. Do you remember the first?
Yeah, but I've said this before. It's always, then you get used to how people look and you don't... No.
I'm going to burst. You have to play a record.
No,
because I just see Steve's face.
No, but I've got used to it.
Shut up.
Wait, what were you thinking during the quiz then, when the questions were coming out? What were you thinking of?
Well, what it was, right, just before the quiz started, I had to go to the toilet, right, because the rule is, right, people who don't go to it, once it starts, phones off, no more toilet. They take it dead serious, don't they, right?
Yeah.
So I went to the toilet. Now, I'm not being out of order here, it just got me thinking, right? I went to the toilet, the gay fella in there, right?
There was a gay fella in there?
Gay fella in the toilet. Now,
how could you tell?
How did you know?
Just typical, everything about it, right?
Everything about it, right, yeah. Oh. What, large handlebar moustache, leather cap.
Butt plugs, amyl nitrate. Could I just say that these views do not reflect the views of the management of XFM or me and Steve.
Or most of the people in this country.
Go on, Karl. What's your problem?
Yeah, but this is what I'm worried about, really. But this is why I only got Danny Minogue right. Right? Because this was floating around my mind. Went to the toilet.
Gay icon,
now,
isn't she?
Go into the toilet. They have like men's cubicle and they have women's cubicle.
Yeah.
Now, without sounding out of order, is it wrong for me to think gay men should have their own little cubicle?
Go in.
They should have their own... Well, not cubicle, you mean an actual toilet, I suppose.
When I was at the urinal, normally, there's a fella there and then you go, all right, and there's no pressure. But I couldn't go. I was thinking, should I wait? If I go into the toilet, it'll look obvious.
Yeah.
I had loads of pressure and
but
this was going on.
What were you worried about?
I'm so sorry.
What were you concerned about?
Viewers? I'm so sorry.
It's like, right, listen, when I was a kid, right, and it's all right for you to go into women's toilets when you're a kid. It's like, oh, it's a bit cute, right? As long as you're not, like, over 15 or something, right?
Right.
But when I was a kid, I went into a toilet, and women, when they use their little cubicles, they don't shut the door. Some of them just sit down on the toilet, right? And you see everything. And... No, seriously, that's probably one of the first times I saw, like, a woman.
Yeah.
That, right, and my Auntie Nora when she was staying over.
Bloody Nora!
She was, she's into wearing caftans.
Into wearing what?
You know, caftans.
Oh, yeah.
What are caftans?
Big, bellowy sort of dresses.
Right.
And, yeah, I used to sit on the floor at home in front of the telly.
Sure.
She was on the chair behind.
Yeah.
She did a bit of a sort of a Sharon Stone scene.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
There was no underwear?
No.
What age were you?
What was it like?
What age were you?
It was like a ripped tennis ball.
What? Right, we're off air. Either that or put us in for the Sonys.
This is the Best Of Show on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me, Stephen Merchant.
Yes.
I hope you're enjoying the Best Of. Oasis, Live Forever on XFM 104.9. Right, we're in the swing of things. It's mine and Steve's favourite bit of the whole show. This is what we do this show for now. Educating Ricky.
Yeah.
Go for it, Karl.
You said that learning can't be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay, I'll go for the one... What's the one about the butcher, going down the butcher shop?
You've got get your kit on, we're off down the butcher's.
Yeah.
You going for that one?
Yeah.
Well, do you know the saying, don't let the cat out of the bag?
Yeah.
Do you know what it means?
Yeah, well, don't give away a secret.
Right. Well, do you know how it came about?
No.
Well, ages ago. Before, like...
ages ago. 17th century?
Yeah, before, like...
Yeah, 17's good. Yeah.
Before, like, you know, proper butchers and Dewhursts and supermarkets and that, you used to get these blokes who sold meat. Right.
Butchers, they were called then, I think.
Yeah, but the difference was they didn't stay in the same place, they moved about. Right, so they'd turn up on a street corner, and he'd have, like, loads of carrier bags of, like...
Carrier bags?
Yeah, with meat in and that, and people would
Plastic
be like,
carrier bags?
Yeah, with
whatever.
mobile butcher on them.
Yeah.
Right, so...
and an email address.
Yeah, go on.
People went, right, yeah, I need some meat, right, so they'd go up to this bloke and say, what have you got? And he'd say, well, I've got a you know, you can have a bag full of pig, or you can have a bag full of chicken, whatever. Yeah. And they'd go, yeah, how much? They go, you know, call it a fiver, whatever.
Yeah.
And they'd buy them, and to make more money, they didn't always fill the bag with what they said was in it.
Oh, I thought that might be the case.
Right? Yeah. So what
did
they
used
used
to
to
do...
do...
put cats in there?
Yeah.
But I don't see what...
Okay, so sometimes they would put a cat in the bag and pretend it was chicken or whatever else.
Yeah, so...
But why was a cat any cheaper than a chicken?
Because cats are wandering around the streets, aren't they? Chickens aren't. So they'd get a chicken, they put a chicken on the top so that when they look in it, they'd go, yeah, that's all right. Got a bag full of chicken. They'd get home to make the dinner, and they'd be like, what are we having tonight? And they'd go, well, you'll never guess. And they'd have, like, you know, well, you can have a chicken leg, and... You know,
but it would be a cat. Yeah. They'd have to defrost a pizza.
Yeah.
Did they mind that they were eating cat then, in those days?
He didn't say. He just was saying about the saying, don't let the cat out of the bag. It's like, you know, if they see that, they're going to go mad.
I'm mildly disappointed with this story. It's all right if it's true, but, you know, there's something about it, it's just... I want to know more. He always leaves it... Is it Karl doesn't quench your thirst for knowledge, he creates more. I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Well, yeah, he's like the pot noodle of information.
Yeah, do you know, he never... I want to go...
I'm not nourished by it.
It's like if for every fact he tells me, there's 10 others that spring up that I have to get clear.
Well, so it was the people that were doing this, it was the dodgy butchers that coined this phrase. Were they saying to each other, don't let the cat out the bag? I.e., what I mean by that, Jack, is don't let them see the cat.
Yeah.
What we've stuffed in there.
Yeah.
Dodgy butcher, that's another phrase, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's the first one.
Is that a euphemism, or is it dodgy butcher?
As his meat delivered around the back.
Sure.
So that's that one. So let's get your kit on.
What does that mean?
It's a euphemism for homosexuality.
Okay. And meat, presumably, in that means different things.
It doesn't. It's a word that is also a male bird.
Would it mean chicken or cat necessarily in that context? Or well, I suppose it could.
Yeah. Do you know what a fable is?
I've got a rough idea.
Okay, it's a thing that uses sort of metaphor, analogy, just to explain sort of morals. I mean, they're very old for a start, and it's all. I'll give you an example of one. A quick one. Oh, the one about the dog with two bones he goes to a dog's got a bone. He sees a reflection in the lake, and he thinks, "Oh, that dog's got a nice bone. I'll have that." And as he goes to get that one in the reflection, he drops the one he's got, and that's one about, you know.
I think I was told one when I was younger.
Go on.
I think it was one. This young lad, he's got a dog, right, and he sort of is about 8 years old, and this dog, he's had it since he was about 4. And it's a bit tired now, and he chucks sticks for it, and it doesn't go for it. And he's saying to his mum, "Oh, I want a new dog because this one's useless. It doesn't do what, you know, it doesn't have any fun with me." So they say, "Oh no, but you know, Rover's a good little dog. You should look after it." And he's like, "Oh, I don't like it. I want a new one." So they buy him a new puppy, and it's running around, yapping about, and he's loving it, and he's playing around with it in the grass. And then one day he goes to the park and he's messing about and rolling about with it, and he falls into the lake. Right, and the little puppy's like yapping at him, and he's going, help me, the little dog's yapping. And then the old dog comes and gets his collar, and it pulls him out of the lake, and he goes, "Oh God, you know, why did I forget about you? You're the better dog." And he loved that one again rather than the puppy.
I got a feeling that was Lassie.
Well, yeah, that was an episode of Lassie. What's the moral? What's the moral there, Karl? What's that telling? What's that explaining through analogy?
Sort of, don't forget the old.
Look after old people. I remember there was one I heard once about a young boy who got trapped in a lake inside a cage.
But he loved his trainers
so much he wasn't going to get them wet. But even though he had to get out there,
and even though he thought that was the important thing because it's material value, he actually drowned, and the trainers were no good to him then. I woke up this morning,
feeling fine.
It's not a blues song, and I turned my phone on, and it was from Karl, and it went, "Forget it, I've made my mind up." And I thought,
wow,
what is that? And I
forget it, I've made my mind.
I went, "Karl, what is it?" He went, "Oh no, it's about the text I sent you last night." I went, "Well, what was it? I just got this text." He went, I was just wondering, I was thinking last night. He said, supposing you had to have your hands removed.
Sure.
Right? And the doctor said, well, you can either have them stay like that with stumps, or I can sew feet there. What would you have? And I was bleary-eyed, and I went, the stumps? He went, yeah. I went, all right? He went, yeah.
And then what was his follow-up text to that?
And then I got the text, it was obviously before it, and it went, and it was like quite serious. What would you do if surgery not doing your hands? Would you have stumps or the feet? Right? Now the way, when I said he's made his mind up, and I went the stumps, he went, yeah. I think secretly he decided on the feet, but was too embarrassed to tell me.
There's a little bit of what would you do? Because
But why did you think of this? Why did you think of this?
Girlfriend's away, right?
Yeah, no, that's not why you start thinking bizarre surgery devices.
Right? I'll let you into my little mind, right? Last night, I had some beans on toast, right? She was away.
It's good already.
She was away, so you had some beans on toast. She went wild.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I was stood up. I live on on a high street, right? So I'm washing up. I'm looking out the window. First thing that had my attention is I can look into other people's flats, right?
Yeah.
And it was weird how all these different lives were going on. I was watching them, and everybody had the telly on and was watching Volcano, right? Which was on last night.
Right.
And I thought, oh, that's weird, right? I can see them all watching it. And it was like a little Chinese lad who was dancing around in some underpants. Yeah. And then there's a little old woman who lives downstairs who was reading a book, and she's always reading a book every night. And it's like, I have a better life than her. And then there's like some sort of bouncer who's always getting ready to go out late at night with all the black on. He looks like a bouncer. So I was watching all this life going on. I thought,
did you witness a murder while you were doing this?
Yeah.
It was like that sort of Sliver film where that bloke had loads of tellies watching people's lives. So that was going on in my mind. And then I was washing up, and I picked up the plate, and I thought, oh, it's amazing, isn't it? The human body, the way you can just sort of, you know, I want to pick that up, and you do.
Yes.
And the way your hands work, right? Yeah. You've got 5 little digits, but it's just the right amount to do to do what you've got to do, right? So I'm cleaning the plate.
Sorry, Karl, stop. It's just the right amount. Might be one of the most genius things I've ever heard said. I would love David Attenborough to phone you up and say, Karl, how do I word this about the evolution of the mammalian front limb? Just go, we'll just say it's the right amount.
But it is.
It is.
One
of course
extra would get in the way. Yeah. And one less would just make it that little bit more tricky when picking up a bit of a slippery dish.
Sure, or buying gloves. Yeah.
A slippery dish.
And then the other thing is, the one that I was reading, the world record with the fellow who's pulling a train with his teeth. Does that make any difference that he's done it with his teeth?
What do you mean?
Well, what difference does it make?
Well, isn't it? It's quite hard to pull a train with your teeth, I imagine.
Well, it's pretty hard to pull a train. All I'm saying is it because he couldn't beat the fella who's pulling it with his hands?
Well, this is my point. I think there was one bloke with the record for the running backwards 100 metres was sort of like 11 and a half seconds. And I was thinking, turn around, you'd probably have a really good go at that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's sort of like doing a marathon with a milk bottle on your head. Take the milk bottle off and see how fast you can go, you twat.
But you can just tweak it, like the fella who has done the pegs on the face, right?
Yeah.
His name's Gary Stretch Turner, right?
Right.
So you're sort of cheating already if he's got a stretchy head, right? but
you are, right, you are one of the most stupid humans I've ever met.
Well, get me in the book. Yeah. Right? Well, listen. So Gary Stretch Turner, right, his record is 153 pegs.
Yeah.
He did it again, and he only got 150 on. So he hasn't broke his own record.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, if he tweaked it a bit more, would that make a new record?
What?
Well, if he said, I've got 150 pegs on, but at the same time as eating a burger.
I see what you mean, yeah. He'd be the world record breaker for pegs and eating burgers at the same time.
Yeah, just change it a bit. If you know you're not going to make it, just do something else.
I'm assuming the rules are set at the beginning, Karl. That's it. That's where they say, right, you're just going to do the pegs thing. You're not going to introduce burgers halfway through, are you? Definitely not. And then they have a go.
I was on one leg, not interested. How many pegs? 150.
Can I just ask very briefly, I was quite interested by the family had to move because they lived on Butthole Road.
Yeah, I quite like that one.
I don't know if I've told you before, Rick, where I used to live. I'm not going to tell you the name of the street that I used to live on, not on air, because my parents still live there and I don't want to, But I'm going to write it for you now. This is the genuine name of the street I used to live on. Just imagine when you're at school.
Yeah.
And like in class, for instance, in French, you've got to say, you've got to answer where you live.
Yeah.
J'habite, wherever.
Yeah.
That's the name. This is actually the name of the street we lived on.
No, it's not.
I swear to God.
That is...
Absolute right. I could phone my father now and he could confirm that for you.
No,
I swear
because he doesn't want
to God. And I'd say that...
But listen, do you know what worries me? It's the apostrophe S.
I know.
Because that's blatant.
Yes. Amazing, isn't it?
That is incredible.
But imagine how embarrassing
that was. So if I look that up in the Bristol...
You will find that in the Bristol A to Z. I swear to God.
That is really... Why have you never told me that before?
I can't believe I haven't.
That's
I'm
incredible.
still embarrassed now. Do you know, whenever I have to phone up, if I have to give that address, I always spell it instantly.
Really?
Like, somehow that will hide it, that'll disguise the name.
But I can't get over that.
Anyway, if you perhaps live in Tits Avenue,
yeah,
or...
Wanklin Drive.
Wanklin Drive, just get in touch. Let us know, we're not really interested.
You've been voting in all week, sending your emails, so here's the clips that you wanted. Karl, you're making noises while I'm talking.
Yeah, but you do this all the time, trying to wind me up. And I'm not saying Manchester's the best place in the world, but what I'm saying is there's bits of it that I really miss.
Yeah.
Like last Sunday, right? When I'd met up with Ricky, we had spaghetti bolognese, which was all right. And then I said to him, I need some soil.
Damn, I wish you'd invited me. It sounds amazing.
So I need some soil. What do you think?
You need some what? Soil?
Soil, yeah.
I need to repot a plant, right?
Yeah.
So
you need to repot a plant?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So I'm like, where you can't see these shops in London. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing around.
I took him straight to one in my street.
Yeah, but near your street, and that's probably the only one in London.
Well, you say that, Karl.
No, it does annoy me. Round my way, it's like,
you can't move for soil shops.
You can't. There's earth. You can just pick up handfuls walking down the street.
Yeah, incredible. People just lean over into someone's front garden.
No,
you can take the plants as well.
No, but what I'm saying is, Manchester, there's loads of decent hardware shops.
Yeah.
Here, if you want a panini and a latte or whatever, you can't move for them. But for soil, I had to go virtually how many miles away from me to carry that soil home and stuff. Yeah. It's not good. I mean, London's all right, but if cities were sort of...
It's neglecting the peat
market, really.
Well, there's barely any mulch available in central London.
I'm sick and tired of not getting a good, decent compost of a Sunday.
Indeed.
So, I'm thinking of moving to the north, where there is loads of soil and gravel.
Indeed.
And animal shite.
Whatever.
Yeah. So you were going to say, if you were marking cities out of 10, what would you give London?
Well, if you were marking them on, like, on what they have.
Right. As opposed to what?
Well, as opposed to
how you spell it.
Say, like, I think the greatest city in the world is Rome. Right? Okay. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Have you been?
What? Yeah. Why do you think that, though?
Just because, like, you turn a corner and there's something there that's really old. Right. Like, you're going down a normal street.
Go and stay in a Derby and Joan club.
Yeah. No, but it's like you're going down the road and then you turn a corner and like the Colosseum's in the middle of a busy road. It's like, what's that doing there?
Yeah.
And just when you think there's no more, you turn another corner.
It's almost as if that was there first.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah. But do you know what I mean? London.
Yeah.
What have we got? You know, Trafalgar Square is world known. And you go there, what's there?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So there's a lot of space there. Get one big B&Q.
In Trafalgar Square.
To cater for the whole of people who live sort of central Londonish.
Yeah.
And then I'd be happy, but what I'm saying
with Nelson just popping up through the middle? Because you can still see it, couldn't you?
Yeah.
It's
a great
idea. So B&Q could be like the whole sort of flat thing and make it sort of grey so it looked like rock, and then Nelson popping
up. Make it classy is what you're saying.
Yeah. Stone clad it. Yeah. So it looks like you've made an effort.
Exactly.
And then you can pop in, and then you can go out and go, oh, look, Nelson's column. Oh, look at that. Isn't Nelson? Oh, look at that. The victory. Defeat. That's fantastic. One of the greatest living. Yeah. I need some nails.
Yeah. Perfect. Killing two birds with one stone, you say?
But why isn't there more than them shops? Because when I went into yours, every time I've been in there twice now. The first time was to get a shower head. Right. And I went in there, couldn't resist buying something else. I ended up getting some super glue as well.
Blimey. Hey, big spender.
And then, last Sunday we went in there, got 2 bags of soil, not one, I bought 2. Yeah. And I bought some scissors to cut plants with.
Secateurs.
Well, you never know when you want, you might need more soil, I suppose.
Well, I've got
stocked out now. Where'd you keep it under your bed?
Sorry, this isn't going out, is it, this conversation? It's not going out on air.
I got a feeling it might be.
You're joking. We better play a record.
Okay.
Play a classic. Right, we've got, who's that on the line?
It's Rob.
Rob, and, are you a doctor?
I'm a final year medical student. I'll be a doctor in 2 months, touch wood.
That's close enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Excellent. So, where do you study? Do you want to give more details, or do you want to remain anonymous as you're calling in to
I study at Barts Hospital.
All right, great. So, why do GPs sometimes put their finger up a man's anus?
To see what's there. If you've got hemorrhoids, if you've got an enlarged prostate, it's either that or they stick up a big tube and have a look up with a light.
What?
And it's easier to do that.
Now, are you dumbing this down for us, or are you going to fail your medical exams by saying stick up a big tube with a light?
I'm dumbing it down.
Okay, come on then. We're all intelligent people here, and Karl. So you tell us what's that called?
It's called a sigmoidoscope.
Right.
Nice. That was a clever test, wasn't it, Rick?
12 inch long.
Yeah.
12-inch long tube they can put up there.
So, Karl, would you prefer that or a finger?
Well, so do they sort of do the finger first, and then, I mean, at what point do they say, hang on, we need a light here? I mean...
It's normally if there's something wrong.
But... So if I go then, say if I go to this Wellman clinic, right, and they go, yeah, the art's good and that, finger, there you go, and then they go, hang on, I'm going to go and get me light and tube. I could start worrying then because they've sort of found something.
And they're not likely to go straight in with the tube. They'll probably send you off some tests first.
Well, Karl, there's nothing... But you go to these places to put your mind at rest and to know where you are with your health. I mean, it's not that you go along... That's what most people worry about. They think that because I'll go along and they'll find something. Well, one, that's illogical. It doesn't heighten the fact they'll find something because you go along. And two, if they do find something, it's a good job you went along. I mean, I'm a hypocrite because I don't go to the doctor. But,
I've had that done.
You should be concerned if, when they shine the little light in your ear, it comes out the other side of your ear. No, the other ear comes right out the other side. That's when you should be worried.
But Rob, right, you said then, if they find something, they send me off for some tests. Why can't I just have the test without that and cut out the middleman? Do you know what I mean?
Because you're wasting lots of money.
There's hundreds of tests they could do, and they could do every test, and they could all come back with nothing, or they could do the finger up there and send you for the 3 tests you need to find out what's wrong with you.
But in this day and age, with all the technology and that, and like brainy doctors and all that, the only way to find out is sticking a finger up there.
What are you worried about, Karl? Is it fundamentally that this doctor who's has done 6 years medical training, is it embarrassing to have a man's finger up your ass?
I just don't understand how you can get round to that without...
But what don't you like? Is it fundamentally you don't like anything up your ass, or is it the fact that it's a man's finger up there?
I don't like going to the doctors. It makes me nervous, because I think if anyone searches you long enough, they're going to find a fault with you, right? And especially if they're going that far into you. They're going to find something. And
probably not.
Well, you know, I just don't... I don't know how to get round to that sort of... that point where you get a... What do you talk to the doctor about? He's like, all right, nice day. Strap your trousers.
He goes, he says, I'm gonna just,
Most people just shut up and let you do it, and then breathe a sigh of relief when you say there's nothing there.
Yeah.
But is that at the end of the test, or is that the first thing he does?
It's the last thing.
So that trousers up out the door.
Because he knows it ends conversation. He knows it's a bit of a faux pas. The doctor says, I better not kick off with the finger up the arse. What I do is I'll start on with the, the head, and then we're down and go, one final thing, Mr. Pilkington.
So Rob...
He drops his keys and he goes, pick them up. And as you bend over...
Will you be doing this, Rob? Is this what you're, like, open to do? You do all these...
I'll have to do it at some point. All doctors do it at some point, no matter what they specialise in.
So the first one, is the another doctor there to sort of make sure you're doing it right?
Not dentists.
No, but do you know...
aren't doctors anyway.
No. But do you know what I mean? Like, normally it's like a co-pilot will have someone with them for the first one. So when you put your first finger in...
Yeah.
Will someone be there going, right, you just want to move to the left of it?
I've already done it.
Have you?
Yeah. So that's the thing with a student, you're learning. So you get people teaching you.
And you learn on...
these things.
Can I just point out, Rob, I think I'm right in assuming that you have a glove on.
Yep.
And there's lubrication.
Yep.
And it doesn't hurt.
No.
There you go. What are you worried about, Karl?
Who's this person who everyone's testing on in your class?
It's not one person.
It's not one person. There's like, when a patient comes in and they've got a problem, your boss, the consultant, he does his finger up, and if he finds something, he goes to the patient, is it alright if the student has a feel as well? Then the student puts on a glove, puts the sleeve on the glove, and sticks his finger up and sees what he comes out with.
Rob, I wish you could see Karl's face. I mean, his face when you said, and he says, can this fella have a go as well? He looked horrified. That he thought it was a free-for-all, like there's a queue of people trying on gloves and going, let's have a go. That looks good up there. What have you found?
No, I mean, how come you had to sort of... Is it not something you could test on yourself rather than waiting for other people to come in? Because then, you know...
It's an awkward position to get to, really, isn't it?
Well, but you can have a good rummage then without feeling too awkward, but to sort of have a go on your first patient when you don't really know what you're looking for anyway, do you know what I mean?
Never really thought about it.
Because you don't... If you've never done it before... You pop your finger in there, and you've got to sort of look. You've got to have an expression on your face, like you know what you're finding.
Well, they can't see what you look. They can't see your face.
There. You got the big boss consultant man going, now move your finger there, and you'll probably feel this. But he's just done it. He knows what's there.
Well, what? Oh, so he's already had a go. He's had a feel, and he's going right. If you feel to the right, that's the conglomeracy or whatever.
The congomblery, yeah. It's congomblery is in perfect working order.
I'm still...
Thank you, Rob. I'm sorry you had to go through this. Karl is probably the worst patient you'll ever encounter in your medical career. Good luck with your finals, and thanks very much.
And do you know any female doctors who do this? Or?
Thank you. XFM 104.9. Thank you.
All right. This is Karl, the producer of Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant on XFM 104.9. We're playing out some of the best bits. Hope you're enjoying it. Here's another one. Can't concentrate now.
Oh, well, he's all stressed because the lady from MTV's here. She's going to film his little face. So the things he said in the week, he was so worried. He's got worried about the spot on his head. That won't come out. Just you got your best side.
He's on that side. That's all right.
Yeah, the camera's out. Look, he's getting nervous now. Okay, Karl, ignore the camera. Okay, just ignore the camera. Okay, now me and Steve have done our research for you, and we've got 2 amazing things to tell you. What should I tell them first, about the baby or the?
Well, they're both equally fascinating, so you choose.
I'll tell you the crab thing first, right? Steve actually saw this thing in The Guardian the week about our research thing, and then we looked it up, we looked into it on Friday, and it is incredible. Right, listen to this. There's a thing in a bay in New England, right, where it's like the biggest, they make silicon chips and stuff for computers, right? And because of the data protection thing, after they've done them, because they have to destroy the plates, right, well, the information's sort of put onto them, but there's still flakes of silicon. They sort of grind it down straight away, and some of the flakes got into the bay, okay, but some of the information is still on even the slight granules of silicon. Anyway, gets in the water, and silicon is rather like a carbon derivative. They reckon if there had been life on another planet that wasn't carbon-based, it'd be silicon-based, because that simple sugars and proteins, it's just COH and that, and it can work with silicon, right? Anyway, the crabs have been taken up, they're still in the water, and they looked out on the beach, and over years the crabs have started sort of putting themselves in formations, like geometric format, and they couldn't work out why they were doing this. And when they put them in the experiment, they sort of like chopped them up, and they found they'd taken on silicon, and it had sort of got into their brain, and they were downloading information. They picked up little things, because it's just chemical, like electrical impulses that got information off the silicon chip, and they were interfacing it. But this is the amazing thing. One bloke sort of thought of this, and he thought, well, if it's a simple computer with a brain, if it's just a simple sort of electrical thing, then maybe there's sort of, we could get it down. So what they did is they made a thing called a biointerface, and they put it into the crab's brain, just a really simple brain, so it's measured on Mangala, right? And it got impulses from it, and they were getting like computer readouts, so just flashes of like symbols and geometric things right on this screen to read the crab's brain, and it was stuff like fragments of a.
What made them do this in the first place?
Because they saw the crabs behaving differently. They were behaving differently to each other. They were just like intelligent, and they were sort of solving problems and all this sort of stuff. Anyway, when they downloaded the thing, it was like they found one of the secretary's names where it had been on the silicon chip, where it was just like a flash of a computer screen. But the most amazing thing is, they downloaded a memory, right? It was like a snapshot where it had been burnt onto the retina of the crab, just a snapshot or something, and it was like a picture of the beach, like a couple of years ago, right? And they also did, incredible, it was like just a digital black and white sort of thing, so they could see what the crab had seen.
Amazing.
Jeez.
Amazing.
So
intelligent crabs.
What are they doing with them now?
Super brain.
Well, they think this is the upshot. They think they could use it as spy crabs, because they could get these crabs. Also, the other thing is, as generations went on, right? So they put a crab in the sea or something, right? Lots of crabs in, and then as generations went on, a newborn crab, they downloaded the memory, and it had the memories of its great all together. It had every memory that any crab had been related to it beforehand, because it passed it on. It just passed it on.
So not even ones that had been eating the silicon stuff.
Yeah, no.
These are just like ones that have had kids.
Yeah,
and they've got like.
And they know so you'd know everything. Your everything right the way back.
So would that work if we ate silicon?
Well, possibly.
So what are they going to?
Well, they can use them for all sorts of things, though. I mean, that's what's incredible. I mean, I don't know how you train it particularly. I don't know quite sure how to train, but I'm assuming if they can do it that way, then presumably they can give it like certain silicon information, which they can then plant in it, if you like, within its sort of food.
Also, if you could get them onto enemy beaches, you'd have like 1,000 digital cameras just
taking around. You could get Osama bin Laden or someone.
They don't understand the information they've got.
No, they don't know they're doing it. They just download them.
So the one that you could torture them, and they won't be able to sort of give give you the information because they wouldn't know what information they had because they're just.
But the first crab they downloaded, they just kept seeing the same picture of a big crab feeding it, which they
really.
Yeah.
Wow. That's what, like its mother crab or something?
Yeah. Just memories of it as a child.
But they're not in colour, presumably.
No, it's all in black and white. It's just a digital camera because it's just they don't see in black and white, so it's just like a I don't know. I think it's burnt onto the retina or something. And the only one that they kept were the ones they saw a lot of the time.
Well, I mean, in a way, some of the educating Ricky I've got for you today is on the similar lines.
Right.
Oh, you've got to be impressed by that. You've got to be impressed by that.
That's pretty good. I mean, I'm interested to see, you know, what they do.
What they do with what the crab developments are.
But yeah, no, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But I mean, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, just digest that information because that's not even the most impressive one we found.
I think it is.
I suppose it's pretty impressive, but the next one's maybe more shocking.
Okay, right.
Well, let's play a tune, and Ricky's got another. Okay. Have you actually punched anyone yet? Have you actually?
Not any. No, I've punched pads and I've punched the bag and I've sort of sparred and that.
I know you're going to get a chance to punch.
Well, as I suspected, my punching power's all right, but my fitness is. I mean, it felt like I was smoking.
Yeah.
You know, but there's bits of lung that haven't had oxygen in them for 20 years.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous. And also because it's not only it's being filmed, but there's other fighters there that are ridiculous. They're like machines, right? And it's that thing. I can go right. I can come out on top, but die now of a heart attack, but never give up. Or I can sit down and go, I'm sorry, I feel ill. And I chose that one, and of course they took the mick.
Well, of course.
But I mean, you know, soon. You know, as I said, I haven't got the respect yet of the boxing fraternity. But
how long have you got then before?
4 weeks.
Okay. So and do they think that they can turn you around health-wise in that time?
No, they're being realistic. No, they're going to, you know, they're going to teach me the basics and see how it goes, you know. Right. But I mean, you know,
and each round is 4 seconds. Is that right?
Yeah, 2 4-second rounds
with a 2-hour break in between each one. Sit down meal.
So give them a number. I want serious suggestions of my fighting name. Nothing insulting. So we can actually use.
Well, let's give out the email. That's always the easiest. Ricky.Gervais at xfm.co.uk. What's the number, Karl?
08700 800 1234.
And it doesn't have to be in the middle. It could be at the beginning, like the Rage.
Okay.
Ricky the Rage.
Ricky the Tits. Sure.
Ricky the Man. Play a record.
Big it was a good day, yeah. Ice Cube talks to me about my life in the pub.
Yeah.
A couple of emails are already coming in. They're flooding in, Rick, inevitably, as boxing name suggestions for you. This is one from Matt, I think. He's given a couple, actually. Ricky the Pudding Gervais. Ricky Big Mac Gervais. There's a theme here. Ricky Pasty Gervais. The pasty. I quite like the pasty. Here comes the pasty.
As Karl said, he said the thing is, if you have a really good nickname, it's embarrassing when you lose. Whereas if you just call yourself, it's not so embarrassing when you lose. Karl, this is doing no good for my ego.
Do you know what I mean? If you have like Killer Gervais.
Yeah, and then you end up like vomiting, choking on your own vomit upside down, hanging out the ring.
What happens if you win? Do you have to
whereas there goes the pasty being stretchered off in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not such a problem.
There he is, being lightly basted. And chucked down a mine. What do you mean, what do I have to do?
Say if you beat Grant, say if that happened.
Yeah.
What happens next?
What do you mean what happens next? What? Do you think this is a contention fight for the big one?
But do
well, then we make Ricky 2.
No, but you know, do you know if they're planning on making more money? Because it's for comic relief, isn't it? So what happens on the night?
It's for a charity of our
comic
choice.
relief would make sense.
Yeah,
well, whatever, right?
Yeah, it was last time. I think that was last time.
Is it sport relief? It's not sport.
It was last time, yeah. But I think this is a program where
and how do we? Sorry, how do you make money for charity from this? Do we pay to sort of for how many punches to the head you're going to take? Or
no. I just
how long you're going to last?
I assume the BBC donate money, or someone, or a sponsor, or whatever. I don't know. Just donate money, because it's actually a program. This is more about a program with a charity angle. So
So as if you get like killed, there's more money and food to go around. Maybe. But no, I mean the thing is, what's the next step? Because if they go like, right, yeah, well done, you've won, thank you very much.
Well, Karl, what do you expect? That it's winner stays on?
Yeah.
Like in a fair, where I go out there and I let people punch me.
On Bernard Manning.
Yeah. And then my twin gets up.
Yeah.
It's just
It's a program.
He's not going to turn pro.
It's like faking it.
Yeah, but what's the point if it's not going to go anywhere?
Well,
sorry, him fighting Grant Bovey in a ring is not entertainment enough.
Yeah, what's the matter with you, Karl?
Grant's going to get his face pummeled in. That's
Coldplay, The Scientist on XFM 104.9. Right, competition, isn't it?
No, it's Educating Ricky Part 2.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
I wasn't even listening. He's doing all the work. I wasn't even listening. Oh, and he spilled some water on that. Right, what's this one again then?
Right.
What's the teaser headline?
Teaser headline is "What's Tomato with You?"
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Good. How excited were you when you came up with that? You couldn't wait to come in and tell us, could you?
I think it's a good one because you won't forget it now, will you? I mean, like the worm one. What's so special about the worm?
A lot of people think that if you cut a worm in half, 2 worms will grow, but no. What happens is if you cut the head end slightly nearer the tail than the tail will die, but the worm with the head will be okay. So, it's exploded a myth, and it taught me something.
Right, so the second one, part 2 of Educating Ricky. What's Tomato with You?
Yeah.
What this one's about is, ages ago,
It's scientific.
There's never a date. There's never a country, a location.
Okay, settle down, children. This is A-level history. Right.
Once upon a time.
Yeah. When a mental place with swords was a king. Forget his name, but he was a loony. And it was literally ages ago. Yeah. So, good luck in the exam. Yeah.
Right. So, many years ago.
Oh, yeah. Cleared that up. Go on.
They thought tomatoes were poisonous. Right?
Okay.
Because what
hold on, are they going to be proved wrong at the end of this story?
Well,
because I don't want to give away the ending, but is it something to do with are they poisonous tomatoes?
No.
Oh, you're having a laugh.
I don't believe it.
Go
on. They're going to be eating tomatoes all this time.
Oh, Steve, what's tomato with you anyway?
Okay, so hang on a minute. Let's just recap quickly. Many years ago, when people thought tomatoes were poisonous.
Yeah.
Go on,
Well, they didn't know they were poisonous then because they were still eating them. But what was happening?
Well, they're not. But they're not poisonous.
But hang on a minute.
All right, and it's not. I'm just going to listen. I'm not even going to talk.
I'm not going to tackle it
anymore. If you remember, years ago they didn't have pottery plates. They had lead plates. Right?
What are you talking?
Just let him talk.
Sorry, what year is this?
Let him talk.
Come on.
Plates made out of lead, and what they'd end up doing, they'd say, right, do you want a tomato? And they'd go, yeah, all right. And they'd put the tomato on the lead plate and cut it. And because of the acid in the tomato, right, it would sort of make the lead runny, and the lead would go into the tomato, and they'd say, oh, it's lovely this, and they'd be eating it. They'd get food poisoning, lead poisoning, what have you, and they'd be really ill. So they thought tomatoes were poisonous, so they didn't eat them for many years.
And when you say they, do you mean the people of Narnia?
Yeah, this didn't happen.
Where was this happening?
Sort of in Britain and that.
You put him on the spot there. Oh, I hope there's no uppity pupils at this school when they go, what do you mean, sir? Oh, if you're going to... Oh, I'm fed up with you.
Do you understand?
No.
So the
No, you've got... No, right, okay, first of all, Karl, where'd you get this information from?
Where
14 did times as well?
Do you know...
You can't remember?
I don't know where I got that from. I don't know where I got it from. But why don't you think that makes sense?
But what? Someone once got lead poisoning from a tomato?
Not just one, loads, and then all of a sudden... No.
Why is this educating me?
Because I'm telling you that tomatoes...
I can't take anything away from this. Yeah. I don't know what to take away from this. What have I learned? Don't mix lead with tomatoes. Why is this educational in any shape or form? What are you telling me? A long time ago in the land of Glunk, right, where the ninnies did slib, right, they thought tomatoes were poisonous because they ate plates of lead. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but we all know tomatoes aren't poisonous.
Is that what we're taking from the story?
Is that the moral of the story? Don't believe these people that I'd never heard of before. What are you talking about, Karl?
I think it's a bit weird.
It's a bit weird, yeah.
It's the same people that were spreading those malicious worm rumours.
My hangover's coming back. I've got to get some water. Play a record that was rubbish. Placebo, Bitter End on XFM 104.9. This is pre-recorded. We recorded this a couple of weeks ago, before Christmas. I hope you had a great Christmas. If you didn't,
not our fault, really, is it?
Nothing to do with us.
Wouldn't have thought we'd have...
We're well over time, because we've got plenty of cash now, thanks to a lot of you who probably bought the Office DVD.
Yeah.
Probably got
and
that
if you
in
haven't
stock.
yet, and you've maybe got vouchers or money, still available.
Still there in the shops.
Still available. You can still make it the best-selling DVD of all time.
Please.
Please do. Yeah. Please do. I'll tell you what you want to hear there before you make your mind up. I'll tell you what, if you like this next clip, go and buy the Office DVD. I think you will. It's a brilliant clip.
It's the one where we talk about, well, it's self-explanatory.
Yeah.
We talked about it before. Do you know the little mouse that had an ear on its back?
Yeah.
Sure.
Right. Well, you thought he had a bad time, right? Listen to this one. Mouse walking about with us, sort of wearing a monkey's testicle. They're just having a laugh. This is what I mean about a lot of scientists. What are they doing? When's that going to come in handy?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, they were seeing if, say if a fella loses one, right?
Yeah.
Hitler or whatever. And they go, well, don't worry about it. We can sort you out. I don't know what the monkey's going to do. I don't know if they keep passing them on or whatever. But the actual monkey testicle was put on the mouse. And it worked. It worked for the mouse.
But isn't it... I mean, isn't a monkey's testicle quite large in relation to a mouse? Would it not look like the mouse was on a space hopper or something?
Oh, yeah, it didn't look good.
Well, they didn't put it where its testicles would be.
No, they did.
Like, well, how could it walk, then? The ear was on his back, so he could just get about.
Well, I don't know. But
you don't know, do you? You just guessed. Did they grow the monkey's testicles where the mouse testicles
would... Well, it looked stupid anywhere else, though, wouldn't it?
Oh, whereas a mouse with monkey testicles, that's fine.
Oh, you'd be showing off. You'd be all right. I'd prefer that than the ear.
When that mouse gets put back in with the other mice, do the other mice go, George, you look different. Have you had anything done?
But the weird thing is, as well, apparently it still works as a monkey.
What?
So, like,
what are you talking about?
Like the sperm and that was it was still sort of monkey.
Of course
sperm.
it was. What are you talking about?
Well, that's weird.
But what, Karl? What do you? It's only a thing to give it nutrients. That's all the thing they're testing. It's like grafting at that level. Right. What's your question? Because I'm right. What do you think? It would change eventually. It would have changed into a mouse testicle because it had been hanging round a mouse for so long.
No, I thought the actual sperm of it though would be a mouse's.
Why?
Because it's hanging off a mouse.
No, but your sperm is actually created in the testicles.
So
that's why it has to be outside your body. Otherwise, we put them in a nice little cage.
But I'm guessing then that they've done this operation so that they can do it to humans. Yeah. Why would I want a monkey testicle if my kids are going to be monkeys? What use is it?
No, think. That's no.
That's going to happen anyway, Karl.
Yeah, but think. Think of what you're saying. They've grown a monkey testicle on a mouse to see if it would still function as a monkey's testicle, okay? So they can do that to humans. So think, Karl. What they'd do is they'd grow a human testicle on a mouse and it could still be used as a human testicle.
So what?
To give you a testicle that you've lost.
From a mouse?
No, from another person who it was kept alive on a mouse. Because it's kept the nutrients alive, as opposed to keeping it deep freeze. Maybe bollocks go off after a week. I don't know. Maybe they get accidents. He had a little a card. Do you donate your testicles? Yeah, I'll tell you what. No one needs testicles yet. Let's keep them on a mouse. You have yours ripped off in some sort of bizarre skiing accident. You go, well, you're in a Battersea Dog Town. You pick the ones you want. They can grow them on anything. They can grow them on a Dachshund. Bulldogs are growing them usually, that's where you see a bulldog. Usually that's waiting for an operator. What don't you understand, Karl?
Hang on a minute. I thought this was knob news, not testicle time. I don't understand what...
Yeah, this testicle time's not for another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
No, it's all sort of linked and that, though, isn't it?
Well, sometimes it's linked to a mouse.
But what do you think about, like, I don't know, testing stuff out like that? Is it worth it? Could you not just go straight from...
But listen, Karl, I'm getting this information from you.
No,
if this was on Question Time and someone said there were, Dimbleby and Paxman or whatever said it, I'd think about it as a moral dilemma. You've just said you saw a mouse with a monkey testicle. What do you think of that? I don't think anything of it. I don't think anything of it is the answer, Karl, because I can't trust the info. I cannot trust anything that comes out of your mouth.
Well, it's true, but it's just all this. It's the same thing, and it's the leeches in a blender. It's the fella looking at an electron.
Yeah.
It's the mouse with an ear on its back.
Yeah.
I don't know what the point is.
But you don't read on. Because I've seen you read something and you're going, look at that. Man survives on eating knee. And I go, what else? You go, I didn't read on. I didn't read on.
You look at the mouse with the ear on the back and you just think, that must be murder at a concert. You don't think. You don't think.
No, I just think, is it worth sort of wasting
You think he swallowed someone's ear? He gnawed it away and swallowed it and it's just in his system?
Yeah.
No, I just get a bit sad about the mice and that.
I agree. I mean, that is sad, yeah. Of course, anything like that. Chris Campling did a review of the show.
Right.
And basically said that Karl Pilkington is a creation of Gervais and Merchant.
Well, if only that were the case.
He said he started off saying he liked the show.
Yeah.
He was excited. Said it was a good show. A lot of the jokes.
I'm already questioning his critical faculties.
Yeah, exactly. And basically said that we didn't contribute much, or seemingly didn't seem to contribute much, and we couldn't sort of like ad lib or anything. We just laughed at, particularly me, laughed at Karl Pilkington, who was coming up with some, quite funny stuff.
Yeah.
Right? But then he does a twist on it. He goes, but the thing is, we're the puppet masters. He's a created person. We've created the persona Karl Pilkington for our own amusement.
Right.
He bases this on simply that we talked about... What was it we talked about? The Chinese not aging well, and he heard him talk about that on my DVD. But clearly I say, Karl, remember when you were talking about that? It's a news, or remember in the week, and so he thinks it's all scripted now. Imagine if this show was scripted.
I'd be ashamed.
Yeah.
If this show was scripted, I would send back the BAFTAs for the actual shows we've written, and I would say...
I'm having a go at Chris Campling. He's nice about our other work. He likes The Office, and he likes my stand-up and everything, and he likes the show, but he's saying... Because we're not spontaneous, we scripted this and invented Karl. So he's like, we've invented another Gareth.
If we had created Karl, I would not have squandered a character that good on this poxy radio station.
Absolutely. Also, does he know that we spend about 3 months on half an hour script? So how long does 2 hours of drivel? But the main thing is, as if this could be scripted, it's dreadful.
It's shocking.
Or maybe this is scripted.
Hang on, you've lost me now. Let me just check the script.
Maybe Chris Campling does not exist. Maybe I've made him up.
I don't know what to believe.
See, the name doesn't wash with me.
What was his name?
Chris Campling.
Sounds odd.
That's something that I made up, isn't it?
Campling's almost like a joke. It's almost like a gay name, isn't it? Oh, he's a Campling.
See, I think this is scripted.
Yeah.
I think I've probably made this whole link up, and Karl is a creation. Campling, that's not a real name. No. I made it up. I should have come up with something better.
Yeah.
Sorry. Down to the River by Bruce Springsteen on XFM 104.9. So, that little fella in the Times thought Karl was just a puppet. We created him. He's an actor. What's his actor's name? Brent Hogwell. We got him from Spotlight. Brent Hogwell.
This stupid, dopey Mancunian accent, he just puts that on every week.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, he speaks rather like Hugh Grant.
Yeah.
And we just got this whole world around him. We set a whole... What do you think about that?
He had his head shaved, especially.
Exactly, yeah.
So, would he think that, maybe if he's looked online and seen me head, and he's noticed how round it is and that, does he think it's sort of been... morphed into that shape just for the show, just for 2 hours on a Saturday?
Yeah. You spend 5 hours in prosthetic makeup like John Hurt in The Elephant Man.
Everything about him was made up.
Yeah.
We created him, because I remember coming up with Auntie Nora.
Oh, yeah.
You said, Rick, we need another character. I said, what about giving him an Auntie Nora?
Doesn't sound convincing, I said.
Yeah, and you said, what is it about? I said, well, I don't know, she farted for 5 minutes and she's got a fanny like a split tennis ball.
No one's going to believe that.
Yeah. Oh, that brings us neatly... Well, let's put that to bed now. So, Chris Campling, honestly, we do not script this shambles of a show, and Karl Pilkington really is like this. If you want, you can meet him. I'd love to send Karl for a drink with Chris Campling. Can we do that? And then he'll eat his words. Chris, if you're listening, honestly, this isn't a stitch-up. As I say, I'm not having a go at you. It's a very well-written article. It's very, very fair.
You're just complimenting on his grammar.
Yeah.
It's a very well-written article,
No, I'm saying we're not having a go.
It's
not like he snagged us off. I would just love him to meet Karl Pilkington. People in the street come up to me and say, is Karl like that? And I so want them to meet him.
Yeah.
Or maybe he can send in, if he's online, he can send in 5 subjects for Karl to talk about that we couldn't possibly know about, just so he knows that we just really do throw things at Karl and that drivel comes out. Imagine if it was scripted. So wristbands work.
I saw one in a shop window the other day which said, stop child abuse. And I bought one, obviously, because, a lot of people say, does it make a difference? But it was only £1, and I'd only spent it on kiddie porn. So, I think I've made a little difference there in a small way.
On a serious note, though, I like the idea that child abuse. If you're a paedophile and you're walking along the street in your Mac, right? You got a puppy in one hand, a bag of sweets in the other, and you see this wristband, and you go, "Oh, stop it." Oh, okay then.
Yeah, I hadn't thought before. That's what I think.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Well, I won't be doing that again.
Yeah, he was hanging around in Topshop for unsavoury reasons. He saw them in there for only £1.